up, everybody? I got a couple of beautiful ladies for y'all tonight. Let's go. And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Perk Pill Pod, episode 75. Number one show in the world for dating. Started right here in Dallas, Texas. Please make sure to like the video on y'all's way in. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so you can see every time our live shows are going to come up. Follow us on the podcast Instagram as well so you can add these two ladies. I got them tagged in the story right now. Thank y'all so much for driving all the way out there. Show them some love, guys. We're now live to Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and YouTube all at the same time. Go sign up for the mentorship. If you want to do a free consultation call, click the link down below. If you want to show support, you could do that by clicking the join button right under the video to become a YouTube member, or you can do some super chats in for questions for these ladies during the show. Also, check out the merch store, and we're now live streaming on all the audio platforms. So listen in on all those at your work. Just make sure to have your headphones on at work, guys. Make sure to add the Instagram, though, please, right now, so you can show your support there and go add these ladies. Please don't send them any fucked up shit, please. Only nice messages, because that's what men from the internet do, right? Good job, guys. If you need media if you need media marketing help, all my people on YouTube, I know I'm y'all's YouTube. I'm the YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. So, any of y'all YouTubers that are watching, please make sure to hit me up if you need help with growing your channels. I can do 3 clips a day and 3 shorts a day for only $500 a month. So hit me up if you're trying to get all your shit posted for you. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Shout out to my producer tonight. We got Donnie back in the fucking house. I've been happy to have this, man. So we have the real intro. We got the real soundboard going tonight. It's gonna be fun, guys. But yeah, thank y'all, ladies, so much for coming. We always start off the show with just what's your name, your age, your education level, what you do for work, your relationship status. I think that's all. But yeah, let's see. Any, mini, money, we'll start with you, actually.
Okay. I'm Tatum. I'm 19 years old. I just have a high school degree. I am an accountant, and what was the other thing?
Relationship status.
I'm single.
Are you gonna go back to college?
Maybe, yeah, for massage therapy, or accounting, and just do both.
And or accounting. So you like doing accounting?
Oh yeah, I've been doing it for a little over a year, and I enjoy it very well.
You're not a licensed CPA, but you want to be one?
Yeah, I was an apprentice for 3 years, and so I kind of do them on the side for like my friends and stuff and my family.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
No, I like CPA is like the greatest career ever. I actually have a theory that it's one of the best things that a woman could do to find a successful guy, because guys need, like, if there's anything that sometimes the guys lack in, it's doing their own taxes.
Oh yeah.
And like they're really good at formulating the problem, like making a business and doing all this stuff, but then when it comes to the taxes, they're just kind of stupid. Like my dad and my stepmom are an amazing power couple, and I think it's because she's so good at fucking taxes, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, that was my mom and my dad.
Yeah, it works out. If there's any duo that goes good, it's that one, I gotta say. So no, smart moves right there, especially at 19. Like, very fucking smart. What about you, though? What's your name, your age, your education level, what you do for work, relationship status?
I'm Kaylee. I'm single. I'm 21. I coach volleyball and I do real estate transaction management, and I'm an artist. I actually designed the jacket that I brought here.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I absolutely love like painting anything and everything. Just
big artsy person.
Yeah.
Model it for us.
Yeah.
Model. You got to put it on really quick.
Right.
You got to show them.
So I got my little scary guy sleeve. So I'm like super emo, not gonna lie. Or, like,
nice. She's an edgelord.
I have this little like juice roll type of angel vibe, and I freehanded all of this before.
You like numerology?
Kind.
I'm just teasing.
Okay. I was like, I got like little flame sleeves, and then the back. So I literally did all of this overnight, and then went straight to the festival. But it's like a snake and flowers, if you can tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was super fun.
Good job.
Put it back on.
I gotta ask though. You said you're also a volleyball coach?
Yes. I played for college a little bit. I'm about to transfer over to UNT. I played for a Dallas JUCO school. Sorry, my friend Taylor just messaged. Hi, Taylor. I love you.
What's up, Taylor?
But it was so much fun playing volleyball, and I've coached. This is probably my 6th year officially with Club Girls, and it's absolutely what I love. I wanted to be a teacher mainly, but yeah.
Yeah. So why are you not doing the teacher thing?
to not sound like an a-hole by saying this, because I love the kids, it's like my favorite thing in the world, but with the economy,
fuck them kids.
yeah, but with the economy right now, it's so hard. And the first few years of teaching, you're an assistant, you don't get paid, and I don't know how I would have been able to pay for my college bills or bills in general with
It's
it.
just unrealistic to be a teacher right now.
Yeah,
Unless you're like
sadly.
in some type of privileged situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a cousin that's a teacher, and I gotta say, it looks very privileged of how he's able to like do it all. Like, I know my aunt and uncle must be like make it easy or something, because I don't think he lives on his own or anything.
Gosh, it's so much work. It's a lot of work that we all love doing, but it's just.
Is it really worth like that price? Volleyball. We were talking about like Pearl before the show, so because you know about her, you know that she's a volleyball player.
Yeah, I saw that. I was wondering what position she was. I meant to like look into it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what
But
position
she's
she
really
is,
tall,
but
so-
she literally playing for a professional team in Europe, like
Oh,
like
really?
getting paid to play. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dang.
So
yeah. She's
impressive.
like an actual, but I mean, she's tall as fuck, dude. Like she was
Yeah.
taller. She was taller than me, I think. What was she taller than me when she was here, Donnie?
No, she's 6 foot.
Oh,
but
she's right at my
she's
height?
got long ass legs. So.
Yeah.
the volleyball
Shit,
players.
the illusion of her being taller than me. That's what I thought. Ladies, tonight we're just going to start. Well, actually, I wanted to ask some other things. Just to be a little bit different tonight. I don't know why. I just felt inspired to do this. What do you What is like something that tell me something special about yourself, like something that makes you different from all the other women, I guess you could say.
Oh. Well, I am very like compared to like all the other people that I've so far seen on your podcast. I do a lot of stuff in like the country, so like I did competitive English writing, like show jumping and stuff like that.
Oh, dope.
I do competitive country swing dance, and
That's special.
yeah.
How long have you been doing both those things?
So I was writing since I was in the 3rd grade, so like maybe 10.
And you've been doing
For a long
competition
time.
since then?
Yeah, and then I got into competitions like almost a year ago for country dancing.
So,
So-
but only about a year ago for the dancing stuff?
Yeah.
That's dope. No, for sure. I actually rode bulls when I was young. So, like,
Oh.
yeah. I rode, steers from, like, 10 until, like, 12, I want to say. And then, like, it was, like, the big bulls after that. But I got scared after one big one. And I was like, I'm not doing that shit again.
Oh yeah, no.
I had the
it's
breath knocked
terri-
out of me one time after getting thrown up, like, 2 stories. And I was like, yeah, I'm done, dude.
No, it's terrifying.
I watched a friend get really hurt. And it was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, especially
was-
after Lane Frost and all that stuff.
Oh,
Like-
yeah. I was obsessed with, like, all the movies whenever I was a kid, like 8 Seconds.
Oh
and,
yeah.
all the Urban Cowboy, those movies that really try to make you feel like you're a cowboy when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you? What makes you kind of different? Like, what would you say separates you also from all the other girls that come on the show? Like, would you say? Because you watched a little bit also.
Yeah. Honestly, just that I have a lot of ADHD, and it's kind of like it. I like to treat it more as a blessing because it lets me have so many different aspects of my personality. It's nice not just being one thing. Like, I can go be emo and mosh pit at like a Slipknot concert, but I can also go country dancing with Tatum, and then I can go play volleyball, and I can go play video games and stream and do my art and stuff like that because I go by Squiggles for my other name.
Oh yeah,
So-
everybody go look her up then on what? On Twitch?
Twitch, yeah, I'm Squiggles.
Everybody look her up on Twitch. How many followers you got?
No, I've only streamed a few times. I might have like 70 now,
Okay.
which I was so surprised in the first place. I was like, hi, and
Twitch girls win, man. You can definitely blow up on there if you're just acting
that's
like.
mean. Yeah.
Uh,
And the gym. I love the gym.
no. So are you prescribed medication? Do you take Adderall or anything or Vyvanse?
I should, but I do not.
Oh no, so I'm
Absolutely
exactly
should.
the way, like I absolutely should, and I just don't take anything. And I'm actually really just like you in the sense that I do a lot of different fucking things, and I still fucking do it all pretty easily. It looks like, and I think other people just couldn't handle like half of what I do sometimes when it comes to like being so like skilled or
Yeah.
something. People used to always tell me like jack of all trades, master of none, and it's like no. It's jack of all trades, master of some. Like you can
Yes,
definitely be a master of
exactly.
some of them. And then the things that you don't make master, it's okay. You just find somebody that's good at it. you know?
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
Absolutely.
And but no, what games do you play then? Since you're like a gamer girl, like what all are you playing?
Double kill.
Yeah.
So Smash Bros is my all-time like favorite. Like
Which
anytime,
one?
Well, I grew up mainly playing on the Wii, but anytime I'm like there's a Switch around, that's my go-to. But whenever I'm on PC, it's mainly like freaking Brawlhalla, Overwatch with my friends. I have anything from like Apex to Fall Guys. I'm trying to find like a main to stick to. I'm trying to get Rocket League down because my brother was a coach for a while. He coached like a European and an Indian team, and he's like my twin. So I'm like, all right, I gotta get like cold at this, but it's really freaking hard. So, but it's
Yeah.
really fun though.
I know that is a good one. Gaming is so weird now today. Like back in the day, there was only like a few like routes you could take, and now there's just so many games that you could become a streamer at or become a pro at or something like that. And I feel like it just makes it really hard. And then like all the new games that come out, they all suck, and it's like everybody's just going back to like what's
That's
tried and true. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's gonna get really weird here soon in the gaming world. I feel like because everybody's getting bored of doing the same shit over and over and over again. I'm waiting for the next big thing. Basically, it's
Do you
like.
do like card games at all? I play Magic, like Magic.
Oh no,
Gathering.
I don't do any of those, but I know all about Magic. Yeah, I have friends that are all into that stuff and like Warhammer and all those type of things like that. So like I'll actually give a little insight to myself to everybody on here. I would get into the cards and stuff again. Like I actually have a fat collection of like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards, but they're like more for like they're OG ones and it's just for like the future. It's like
Mhm.
investments, But what I cannot wait for is if VR comes out like when
Oh,
AR VR
yeah.
comes and like whenever like they're able to like make like the Yu-Gi-Oh fucking thing and like you put the card in it and we're gonna see a hologram come up of it and
Dude,
fight.
so
And that's not that far away because AR is like right there around the corner
Oh,
with
yeah.
the VR right now, like especially with the new Apple ones. So I can already tell like I like to look to the future and see what's coming, and that's gonna be one of the biggest things. It's gonna go
Mhm.
holograms and like things fighting each other like in the streets and shit. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be weird whenever we like see things like put glasses on and we'll go to downtown Dallas and like see King Kong jumping from building to building and it's
Oh.
not really happening. It's
Yeah.
just like a visual. It's gonna be weird, man. We got a really cool future coming, I'd say.
A side question: do you
Yeah.
like anime then?
No, I hate anime. See,
Hey,
this
yo,
is this
same.
is this is where the internet.
It's my baby.
This is where I will get cut off from all my viewers at a certain point because like everybody loves anime and I'm just totally against it.
I don't.
I love it.
tried to get
I love
into it. I cannot.
I can't do it. It's just cartoons, bro. Like I'm sorry. Like I rather
That's
go back and watch like the old Pokemon or something
Yeah.
like from like when I was a kid. I just can't do it. And I have a huge group of friends that are always talking about. They're always like those big guys, and it's just like I can't relate to y'all, man. I'm always gonna roast y'all. I'm always gonna make fun of you. Some of them are really weird, and I actually had an argument with them the other day about it. I was like, "You're fucking weird because of anime, bro." And like I was like explaining to him like straight up exactly how word for word how like the anime made him think this because he said a really weird statement. I was like, "You said that because you watched this shit.
Yeah.
And you would have never." I was like, "If you said that from a fucking girl." You would never get sex for the rest of your life. Like if women heard you say that, and it's just like, I know I'm right. I just know. Yeah, dude, for real. I also want to like do something else a little bit different tonight. Also, I want to start the show just asking straight up in y'all's dating lives right now. Is there anything that is just weird that is going on? Any questions about guys? Just like before we even dive deep into questions and learn more about each other and stuff, I want to know just straight from the start, like what relationship troubles do you have right now? Because y'all are both single, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, why are you not in a relationship? Well, yeah, we'll start with
Okay, so my main reason is because I go dancing 5 nights a week, and I have multiple different dance partners. A lot of the guys there, I will never date or hook up with, just because that's just gonna mess everything up within the dancing community, and it's pretty large. And so I try to just not do that. But all the guys who see me, they're like, "Oh, she's fucking with this person, fucking with that person, whatever." And they're too intimidated to come up and ask me or talk to me or anything like that unless someone else brings them to me.
that. That definitely makes sense in a community like that. What do you think is holding you back?
I morally blame myself on that. I have been asked recently to be like a girlfriend and everything like that, and I have multiple jobs. I'm a full-time student. I have a lot of goals and aspirations, and I feel like if I don't have enough time to give, it's not fair to the other person. Yes, we're both going to have our own lives and everything, but with school on top of like everyday adult living, I just like the only free time I have, I honestly spend watching anime. I need my like me time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel bad about it, but it's just kind of like sometimes there's just a time and a place, and if you're not fully loving yourself, you can't fully love someone else.
Yeah.
You know,
Y'all are both super young too. Here, let me
Yeah.
read that super chat real quick. Shout out to Nuke, man.
Hey, Cameron's here.
Yeah. Hey, no, and he's a
Shout
dancer. Have you
out.
danced with him before?
I know faces a little bit better than names just because there's so many people in the dancing community.
He's in Dallas, but I think he mostly does like salsa or just like other types of like Hispanic dancing.
Oh,
Not,
yeah.
or Spanish stuff. If I'm right, Nuke, you should let them know. I might be wrong about some of that. But he said $5. We forgive you hating anime. Shout out to Purple Pod viewers, producers, girls, and the chat. Thank you, Nuke, for being
Thank you.
understanding, bro. Because yeah, most most people out here like will instantly just write me off and be like, oh, he doesn't like anime, fuck that guy. You know?
Next.
No, for real. Like that's like it, because it's one of those. It's like if you're a Trumper or not. Like there's like
yeah.
super diehard Trumper, and it's just like if you're fucking not, you're dead to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, and don't get me wrong, I'm okay with Trump, and I would push him for him more than anybody else this next election. But it's just when you're like, fuck you, unless you're Trump, or like,
Yeah.
it's like one of those like, all right, bro, I'm sorry, like, I'm not trying to argue with you about it, bro. I'm on your side, buddy. You know. But yeah, first question we want to know tonight, guys. We're gonna be talking about why men lie in relationships. You know, like why do men lie? Like why the fuck are we doing this stuff? Because I'm one of them. Why? But yeah, well, I'll start with you over there. Why might men lie? Like, why do you think most men lie?
Either to cover up their asses, like just to cover up stuff they did, or just trying to, like in my past relationship, I was sick and I didn't really go out as much. And that's what me and my boyfriend did. Like that's how we met, was at the bar. And so he went out dancing and didn't tell me. And I was like, I'm okay with him going out and like dancing with other girls because I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't tell me at the time that he was going out. And he went out and got plastered and ended up doing some stuff. And I was just like, and he lied to me about it.
Were y'all in the same city? Like,
yeah.
This was in
yeah, no. And I was somewhat living with him. So
how'd you not know if you were somewhat? I was about to say,
well, because I was at my house and he got mad because I didn't come over because I was sick. And I was like, I don't want to get you sick.
Oh, so anytime you were staying home and stuff, he was like, well, fuck her. I'm going to go out to the club
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean,
and he was like love bombing me too. So it's like, boom, that's love. And then
literally exactly
he would get bored and like do his own thing. And I was like, okay, whatever. But I'm friends with him now. So like everything's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a good reason why. That's a good reason why guys lie, I guess. Why do you think guys lie?
The covering up their asses, yeah. But also like insecure and like secret insecurity, because I understand like the men stances is everyone's like, oh, they can't have feelings, they can't do this. I'm like, yo, have your feelings, talk it out, fight it out, do whatever you need to do. But if I think they're either trying to block off themselves or block off hurting me, like, you know, whenever they want to end it, so then they just start acting like a shitty person versus just dropping the bomb and ending it, thinking that's going to be a better decision for the girl in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's their mentality towards like majority situations where they could either be compromised or it just needs to be like, hey, we should break up so I can go do my own thing. And because of that mentality, I feel like it just builds up and turns into a bunch of white lies over time because they just, like you said, try to cover their asses. But like a lot of times if they just told me the truth, like, hey, I want to go out with my guy friends and do this tonight, and I'm like, okay, go have fun, like go hang out with your friends. I want to hang out with my friends. Shit, like I get it.
No, I'm well, here I'll give you all why I think guys lie. I think I'm pretty right about this, but I think it's because y'all can't handle the truth. Because the real, and like a lot of these guys say like they had an extreme abundance of women being around them. I think they would tell the truth because there's such an abundance of women. Like, why not? But I think a guy who's average, and we're not even gonna say like he's a fucking virgin, like we're not even gonna say like he's like a loser and he has a hard time getting girls, but say he's just medium, like he's the guy, because we like to say like the top 4.5% of guys or top 5%, those guys get a lot of action. Like that's the guy who has a lot of abundance, you know. And then we would say like the top 20% under them, those guys, you know, like they would be guys that I would say they're not fucking like chads, but they're not fucking like, they're not losers either. Like they still get sex easier than most other guys do. And like I think a lot of girls end up choosing these guys. Like y'all don't necessarily chad chase or like go for the top 5%, but sometimes you get one of those top 20% guys, and he doesn't want to tell you the truth because he likes the regular sex, like he likes not having to work for it, and like he already got the prize, so he's like, oh, I can keep you, because we know once we get it once, we can get it twice usually.
Oh yeah.
So like he knows he can do that, and he's going to take advantage of it as long as he can if he doesn't have the abundance like the 5% guy does to tell you the truth, you know. And just I would say all guys lie. Like it's very, because we just want to make sure that we can keep getting sex. Like we have 17 times the testosterone level of y'all. Y'all have like 13 to 50, and we have like anywhere from 300 to 1300. So whenever you think about horniness, like it's directly tied to that. So that's why like he's always horny, and that's why he's not going to tell you the truth. It's like, well, if I fucking tell you the truth, I'm not going to be able to fuck in a few days. And it's like I'm not going to fuck up like my mating like my little thing
yeah.
going on.
Yeah, but also if they think they're hot shit, then just go fuck another girl. Like, not to be that person.
Well,
but,
yeah.
like, if you want to go sleep
Well, no,
around,
like I'm sure he's
go
trying
at
to
it.
the whole
Well,
time.
yeah.
I'm sure he's keeping on. I'm sure this whole time he's messaging other girls and stuff like that. But like I said, like they're trying to be like that 5% guy, and I think there's a lot of guys that are like that, or they just there's something that they will only settle for if it's like a certain caliber. I think this is the biggest problem today is most people have an ego issue where like the guy, like say the guy is like a 7 or an 8, but he has fucked a few 10s, or like he has an abundance of girls that are 5s and 6s, and he's like, I'm never gonna settle and like date one of these or 5 or 6. I'll fuck them all day long, but I'm waiting until like a girl that's my equal that comes. And maybe he's just being egotistic. Maybe that's not even like really who he's worth. But a lot of people will do that. Even women do the same thing, because women, it's even y'all do it more honestly, because if you're a girl that's say a 4 or a 5, you can easily fuck a guy that's a 10. You can find a guy like the modelist looking dude, and he will probably come down and still fuck you. So the next thing you know, you're like, I deserve a fucking 10 because I fucked one. And it's like,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
but we're different, you know, like what will fuck and what will relationship are two completely different things.
If you don't mind me jumping in on
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
I do partially agree with what you're saying, because like everyone's mindsets are different, but that's also another thing, is that everyone's mindsets are different. So I'm not gonna lie, no offense, Tatum, but oh my god, we dated some ugly ass people. Like I adore.
At least she's honest with you.
Oh my god,
no,
no. I
we
told
did.
we were both very honest with each other. She doesn't like mine, I don't like hers. But
Two different types.
But at the end of the day, I don't think I've ever genuinely only dated for looks, and I've never really done hookup culture. I only
Yeah.
if I've been like talking to you for a long time and whatnot. So I tend to dodge the bullet for the guys that are more doing it for the ego's sake, at least for what I'm hoping.
Yeah, same
But
here.
like I've dated a dude that was like almost 400 pounds with face tattoos and pink hair. Then I dated a super scrawny Mexican
Sounds like
man, Levi.
a fat destiny. That's
Adorable
crazy.
man. Yeah, like it's just if I'm drawn into your personality over time, and then like it leads to a connection to where that happens, then cool. But also like I make sure that I have the conversation of being like, hey, I'm not here to just be your F buddy. If this is what you want, go do at it. And I hope they don't lie to me in that incident. I understand that like guys want to sleep with girls, I get it, or dudes, whatever it is you want to do. But also if they can actually wait long enough, then it gives me a little bit more hope. I like to call it the chameleon mode. So it's like after about 3 months, that's whenever dudes kind of like show their real
colors.
self. Yeah. So like after that point, I'm just like, okay, you're still here and you're like showing me off to people. Okay, I think you want to build this into something we can progress on to that next step.
Yeah,
But
he's willing to show you off.
Yeah.
shout out to Levi. Yes. Okay. Anyways,
That's actually like a big thing, is if he shows you off to his friends for sure. Like that definitely says like I'm comfortable with her enough that I'm willing to show my friends that I like this person.
Because if you're not gonna show me off to people, then why should I show you me in the bedroom? I've never sent a nude. I don't do OnlyFans. I don't do any inappropriate content for anyone. So if I'm gonna do something that big and give myself to someone, then you gotta step up to the plate respectfully. But,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not asking you to be some highballer shit. I dated a hobo. He was literally homeless. That was didn't know that, but he was homeless and I stayed with him. So it's like.
Do you like playing Build-A-Man? Have you done this a few times?
Oh,
Incidentally, I was just more of like you know, like the rose-colored glasses where you're just like, oh my god, everything's so great. That was me like all the time. And then I was like, no, he's a piece of shit. Stop giving him hope. But we live and we learn.
I tried to tell you, but you never listen.
I learned so one big thing about the ADHD, I learned it was more of a hyperfixation. So what happened was that the toxic guys would talk to me and then be like, not the name drop, sorry Tabitha. Well, I already told him I was gonna do it, so it's fine. But
At least you did that.
ADHD. Oh, I'm back to it. Okay. What just happened? But basically it's a hyperfixation. So it's like I was so glued to him and then he would disappear. So like the dopamine would drop and I would get super, super sad. And then I was just like, he would come back and I'd be like, oh my god, like I want to hold your hand. And then I was like, hey, that's not mentally healthy at all. He should just want to spend time with you. Like,
yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
So like why did these things not work out? Like all these relationships, you know, can you pinpoint exactly like why like you like to do the Build-A-Man, or like why you've done these things?
Well, honestly, because I was drawn in towards their personality, or they lied to me about like their entire being. Like the one that was homeless, like I met him at a church. I was a youth minister at the time. Like I thought he worked there. Like there was the whole just lying backstory. But most of the issues
So
was
you're gullible
that,
and naive.
I used to be. Now it's a little medium. But
Are you willing to
better.
ask?
She's getting better.
You're getting better at asking questions.
yes, and as a teenager, I was most definitely naive, just because I was a little bubbly idiot. Because like I didn't have my first kiss till I was 17. I didn't understand like any.
When did you lose your virginity, if you don't mind me asking?
College. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Yeah. It took a it wasn't. I initially wanted to wait till marriage, and then it didn't really go that way to say in the most consensual sense. And then my life just started changing after that, and I stopped being honestly so gullibly stupid. And yeah, it may have sucked, but like, oh my god, my personality has changed so much from all of that. Like, I honestly didn't know sex would make that big of a difference on people's personalities until it
happened.
Until it happens, yeah.
Like, I had no freaking idea.
If you don't mind me asking, like, do you usually make guys wait? Have you had a one night stand or anything like that?
Tatum?
If you want to answer.
I mean, I hate one night stands. I
yeah.
hate hookups. It makes me feel like
It makes
sick
me feel
and
icky.
gross.
dirty.
Yes,
like
like
you do
I have
you.
to shower like hard.
Yeah.
It's so I feel so disgusted.
I
But
can.
I usually
but has there been a guy that's like had y'all just so inflamed and just desire?
well, yes,
Honestly, I don't
there's
care
times,
enough.
and then I'll be like, "Yo, my mom needs me home," and I dip.
You're smart.
Well, 'cause-
smart girl.
so then
No, yeah.
he still has interest in that sort of way, but I can get to know him more, and he can get to know me more
You gotta
before
leave
we
one
go
anymore.
all
how do you tame that animal?
public places, the bar,
but yeah,
volleyball.
Always be somewhere
yeah,
like that and
I
never
will-
give
the
them
fair,
the opportunity.
like going to the
Yes.
rodeos. Like that's how you
100%,
do it.
yes. Which it sounds so sad, but I can honestly, I've never been on a technical date like where the guy.
Oh
And
yeah,
I've dated
same.
people, but yeah, where they pick you up, they pay for the meal, get the door, like, or just paying for the meal in general. And freaking my train of thought again. Oh yeah, hooking up. So if they don't even live up to that standard, why in the
Dang.
hell would I hook up with them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Mhm.
you don't even think I'm worth like a 10-piece McNugget meal before you hook up with me? Like,
Oh yeah,
really?
no, at
Wait,
least like
so-
one little
So,
milkshake.
so like, how long do you usually make guys wait then until y'all have sex?
I don't have a set.
I don't have a set
time.
time.
What's like the average?
It?
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
And this has been a minute for me, so
I think it depends on how much we're hanging out. So if we're hanging out, like, I'm at his house like every single day, and it goes for a few weeks, and then it's like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, we're clearly both equal on this vibing it out because you're having it.
So it could be a month if you're hanging
Yeah.
out almost daily, but
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
but
but
if
if
y'all
it's
are only
spread
going on
out.
dates every weekend,
Yeah.
it could take fucking months.
Yeah, and it's
For
just
you.
kind of like, and I tell him like, hey, if we're not exclusive and you want to be getting it somewhere else while we're vibing it out, okay, go for it.
You're a
but,
smart girl.
You know,
That's
thank you.
no, and you have to you have to accept that if you're going to make a guy wait, especially
Oh,
if,
yeah,
if
no,
he's a
for
high
sure.
value guy, like, or if he's
Yeah.
a valuable guy that other women want.
Yeah.
So are y'all both celibate right now since you're both single?
Sober? What's
Celibate, not having sex.
Yeah,
I think
I
so,
had like
yeah.
one little slip up recently, but
But is he like a
That's a repeat.
But yeah. So is he like friends with benefits or like
no.
a
Like
situationship?
I text her all the time. I'm like, please do not let this happen again.
Oh,
I
oh,
do
wait,
not-
stop
yes.
it. Ah, stop doing that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
is that
yeah.
one guy?
She gets mad at me about that.
'Cause
So
you're stupid.
I feel stupid afterwards, but I mean,
But it's just like I gotta ask, like how long has it been since you saw him? A while.
Were
I
they-
see him every week,
Yeah.
but like hung out with him. I would say
Last
like
time y'all like slept together.
a month and a half ago.
Weren't you
Month
hanging
and a
out
half
with me?
ago. Just-
No,
I'm-
because
I'm-
I invited you, but you didn't come because you're a loser.
I'm gonna dig a
That was great.
little bit more personal. This is gonna be a little bit weird,
Oof.
but this is just based on. I just gotta know just based off of my studies if this was true or not. When was your last period?
Right now. Right now.
I don't have my
Love you.
phone on me, so I don't know honestly.
You don't know.
I have
honestly?
like my tracker on my phone. I track everything.
But like what? Like, do you think it was like around 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, probably like two weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So this is so like my prediction is that usually like 2 weeks after y'all's period is when you're the most heightened in like horniness and stuff.
Oh
and-
yeah,
Correct.
no, for
So-
sure.
So
Yes, correct.
like, and since your libido's high, I would say if a girl is going to slip up, like if she is going to go to
It'd be right now.
to the guy, it's gonna be right then.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you're gonna get some type of feeling. You're just like, fuck, I gotta just get this urge out of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of guys like I can warn you, like if y'all have that guy that he's that guy, like he's super attractive, all the girls are going for him, and you're also one of those girls, he's really good at sometimes noticing that these girls come back always at the same time, exactly a month later, because y'all are really good at ignoring it
Yeah.
for the next 2 or 3 weeks. You will like,
Yeah.
especially like when your period's starting, like you'll be like PMSing, you
Oh.
don't even want to be around
I'm
guys and
dealing
certain
with my own
things.
shit.
And but then once it gets to that part of the cycle again, you're just like, I need it. It's crazy how animalistic we are.
Oh
though.
yeah,
Oh,
You know, like,
absolutely.
How-
Such a side note. So with the birth control we were talking about earlier and pheromones, whatever. One thing that what was her name, Pearl. she was talking about like divorce rates going up and stuff like that. And one part that really stinks in my opinion is that girls are the only ones that can really have like, the pill and whatnot, but it changes like the pheromones and how like you smell the
Yes,
guys
everything
that
you're
are and
attracted to,
whatnot.
smell.
And so whenever girls get off of it, then they have kids, and then they're like, wow, I have zero attraction to my husband. I'm like, man, that sucks. And I'm not gonna lie, whenever I switched brands on a higher dosage to none to a lower dosage, it, who I was dating at the time,
Oh yeah.
it completely changed. Like he smelled different. I like thought of things different. Like it was like my entire brain just felt rewired, and I didn't understand
Yeah.
it. But
That
it
is
was
the actual real study,
no,
right there,
yeah.
guys.
yeah, like legitimately, like it was literally like the smell was the first thing, and I looked at her and I was like, dude, he smelled bad. And I was like, normally I never notice that. And then I was like, I just switched off my birth control, and it's been a few days. It must be more out of my system. And then the more I was around him, I was like, it got stronger and stronger. And then I switched kinds, and then the smell changed again, and it was like 3 different scents, and it was insane to me. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's no joke. Not that it,
So
probable
It's
cause
so
for divorce,
cool.
but
It's
like,
so cool to be like seeing this in person because I just read Marty Hazelton's book called Hormonal, and it's
Yeah.
like all about that. And it's
no,
like
it,
that's
it's
crazy.
legit.
It-
It's 100%.
Well, she was arguing against it a lot in the book, like because she's a strong feminist, and like, but she's the only woman that's like in the evolutionary psychology field, and like, in the like she was talking about like the shirt smelling test, which is a big one in that thing, and like,
yep.
and she was talking about like this isn't always the case, like it's not every woman. It's like fuck, it's pretty crazy whenever you really think about it because it is I would say it's most of the women it really does affect like their smell and like, and it's also like just the type of person you're attracted to. Like you like a more beta-ish dude when you're on birth control because it fools you into thinking you're pregnant, so you're like, oh my god.
oh,
That just connected so many dots.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
found your pencil.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
like birth control makes you want to be with a beta guy because it fools your body into thinking you're pregnant. And when you're pregnant, you want to be with that beta provider that's going to be getting chubby with you, so y'all store your food for the fucking winter and take care of your
Yeah.
child and shit. And like it's all for him to be a better parental investment. But as soon as that shit's over with, you want to go back to the alpha dude, like the guy that's ruling everything. That's so crazy, to like actually
No,
see
like,
a
for
real
real,
life example of it.
Like it stunk too. Whenever it happened, I like looked it up. I was like, "There's no way this is the problem." And I was like, "That's why," because I fell in love with this dude, like in love with this man. Like I told her, I called her, I was like, "I love him so much."
Was this
And
the
then-
overweight guy?
Huh?
Was this the overweight guy or no?
No,
I don't think it was.
No, this was the.
Oh, this is. Oh yeah, no, this is the other homie.
Yeah, he. If I don't know if no, he knows. I've told this to him multiple times. He was a more like he had Crohn's, so he was a very like thinner Mexican guy. He's very very nice
Oh.
mechanic, very very sweet. Very
No,
sweet
he's a great guy.
He's
It's just
amazing. My little nerd. But
yeah, they weren't compatible really.
It's like
in
we
my
were,
opinion.
but for some reason, like it's just like it didn't balance out quite enough.
Y'all are funny that y'all want fucking nerds, but y'all like do like outside stuff
I
all
love
the time.
nerds.
Mar-
I love him.
Marcellus Waz, does he look like a bitch? No. He's it's actually Marty Hazelton, hormonal. Marty Hazelton, hormonal. Her name's spelled like Mirty. It's weird. It's like, or with a D in it. It's fucking weird how she spells it.
There's like a shit ton of TikTok videos on it right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
It
all
popped up
over
on
like
my page.
everyone's feed. It was over mine like a year ago.
Oh, I need to check that out.
Yeah.
I want to know now. Whenever it comes to dating, like y'all are the type where y'all are doing a lot of active stuff. You dance a lot,
Mhm.
like you do dancing too. Do y'all think that that's going to like hinder your ability to maybe find a guy today? Like, do you think that that is like one of the main I really want to peel the layers back of like, when I first asked y'all earlier, like why y'all are single. And the more I learn about y'all, I want to like peel those little individual layers back and see
Yeah.
if maybe that's
Yeah.
like a cause. Do you think the dancing and going out can hurt you?
100%. But I will say a lot of like the guys that I've been like kind of flirting with, I can't flirt worth a shit. Like I can't.
I just
So
exist.
yeah.
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to drop the handkerchief and he's supposed to walk up and pick it up. Like,
Yeah,
That would
you're
be
not
word,
so
yeah.
cute.
But so like my friend, she just recently got into a relationship with her boyfriend and he doesn't know how to dance and she's a big dancer. She goes every night with me basically. And he's wanting to learn to dance as good as the leads that she dances with. So like I would be happy in a relationship either if you just at least go to the bar so then I can come and sit with you and all that stuff if I'm not dancing, and have guys come up to you and ask you if they can dance with me. Or if you have the willingness to learn, I can sit there and teach because I'm teaching my friend's boyfriend right now. And do it all the time for all of my friends' boyfriends.
Yeah, I jump in on that because I've talked to people where they go out, like they go to concerts. I would rather us do it together because
Yeah.
I'm interested in all of those things. So I'd rather spend time with you. But if you're like, hey, me and my boys want to go get effed up tonight, and I'm like, okay, well, just don't suck face with some random, like, don't cheat, like the baseline of cheating, just like common decency. If we're
Text
together,
me when you get home.
yeah, just like let me know when you're home safe. If you want me to come over after and bring some pizza, I got you. If not, I might go out with my friends. But whenever it comes to country dancing, there's honestly like a pretty good respect line, surprisingly.
Oh yeah,
because it's not like throwing ass. I have never even done that. I don't.
It's not mate calling, as I call it now.
Oh yeah,
no. My butt is my butt, not your butt. So I like to do the spins and the flips and stuff like that. So my goal would be to have a guy that knows how to do it. That'd be kind of cool. But if not, because I've talked to people where they don't dance and they'll come and just watch and be totally fine with me dancing with people. And I try to either be with competitive dancers or people with girlfriends. So it's like a very neutral plane where it's like, you both don't dance. We'll just like do it, but like there's spacing. It's not like we're all up on each other. Like there's
framework,
a respect line.
Yeah, for the framework and it's like you're very much like whenever like as a follow, your hands on the lead shoulder, so you can push them away, and the lead has your shoulder blade, so they can pull you away from you, from him. So it's very much like room for Jesus.
Yeah, and if a guy ever gets a little too friendly, I just go, no thank you, and I walk away. It's not that hard.
Oh, yeah, no, I will stop him.
Yeah, I already don't want a random dude touching me in the first place, and if I'm with someone, you can F off. Like, like, I'm the most loyal person. Like, you can message me on Snapchat. You can offer me money to hang out with you. I do not care. Like, I got offered $50,000 just to hang out with a guy while I had a boyfriend. Oh, yeah, I got offered a lot of money. I just don't take it. And he offered it just a dinner date. That was it. It was him and his wife, though. That's where I was like, whoa. But they wanted me to go to dinner with them and them just like talk, have a good night with like a pretty girl, and which thanks. But like, I was like, no, I'm with someone. I was like, I want to go on a date with him. Why would I waste my time with whatever the heck you're wanting and like later on that night? I'm good. So
yeah, there's like a weird. It's so complicated with country. Because I agree with y'all. Like, I grew up in a family. I did all that. I did two-step and everything. I grew up in like my dad was always going to weddings for DJing and stuff. So dancing, I totally understand like how there's not anything and stuff like that. It's just like what I said. Though, like the guys are the ones that are always going to be insecure, like I don't think that y'all are going to be insecure about the same thing.
We get jealous very easily if
don't
we don't
get me
know
wrong.
The girl.
I know women get jealous, but men get way more jealous, and the reason why is because it's way easier for y'all to get sex. It's way easier for y'all to just have temptation right there in front of y'all. Like, if you had a boyfriend, like you said, I don't want your face get sucked off. The chance of him getting his face sucked off at the bar versus you getting your face sucked off at the bar, it's completely different. Not saying that you would want it, but I'm saying if you wanted it, it would happen like that. If he wanted it, it wouldn't happen like that. So it's just like whenever these topics are brought up, it's always very like a misunderstanding of, but we are two completely different sexes, and like we like to blank slate and be like, oh, it's the same, but like I wouldn't even say that like you got to stop what you're doing or like what you love. You shouldn't. You should never stop what you're doing, what you love. But I think that the guy that like you do end up talking to, if he's a guy that you really care about and you're willing to give devotion for, which is more than the other men, like you want to show that he's special, then you would just step down sometimes. Like you would just be like, you know what? I don't want to go out tonight. I want to actually come hang out with you instead. Or like, I only want to go out if you want to go with me and we two-step together. Yeah. I think and obviously if you all are both in that type of field or in that type of lifestyle, you have to find guys that want to do that type of stuff. Like, let's be real here. You would literally hate yourself in 20 years if you married a guy that wasn't a two-step.
Exactly. That's honestly a really big
willing
struggle.
to learn.
Of course. Yeah.
Just like, because like again, the ADHD, I got to be doing everything all the time, and if you just want to do one thing all the time and never like,
she's
even
gonna get
like
sick of you.
Yeah, like let's go play pool, let's go bowling, let's go throw the football. I want to do.
Yeah, you're ADHD
something.
as hell, huh?
It's it's so bad. It's so freaking bad. But
so if you lived with a man and like y'all are just saving money for y'all's house, y'all are gonna get married in a couple of years, and are you still gonna be like, we gotta go every week, we gotta go do this, let's go?
I'm actually a penny pincher. Like
you're like a penny pincher while you're like going and doing shit all the time.
Yeah, but she finds ways to do stuff for free.
Yeah. Yeah, all the time. Like, I get, like, most of my concerts, I'll get deals and get them for free, or I'll, like,
I'm not
Groupon
surprised a
and
woman can
shit.
get anything like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, okay.
That's all
Yes,
her
but
house.
I
I'm just
also
fucking
do,
with you.
like...
I had a
but
best
agree.
friend that was the fucking queen at getting everything in the world for free. So no, I totally get
Yeah, it's just kind of like I don't want to say, well, it is definitely a woman privilege, but, like, you know, you win some and you lose some with that kind of mindset. But
it. You
sorry,
can't
I
do it
wanted to
forever. It
back-
only lasts for.
Oh, exactly.
yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy it while I can. But
Mhm.
such a side note on whenever you were talking about the bar and how guys can, like, it's harder for them to, like, kiss a girl versus like girls and whatnot. For me, from what I've seen at clubs, I've only been to, like, a handful, so I'm not a regular enough to voice a full opinion on this. But country dancing in clubs, I see guys, like, going up to, like, if they go up to a girl, they have a conversation, but they don't really, like, push it.
Mhm.
But I see
Mhm.
girls, like, go up and just, like, grab these men in, like, full force. And
If
so
they're that type of
'cause-
girl,
Oh,
they're going all the way.
There's a
I
lot
hate-
more of them
yeah,
out
it's
there.
way more girls, like, springing themselves on all these guys, which, like, you do you, again, no judgment. But I'm honestly more nervous about my guy just because of how forceful the girls are. But honestly, if I'm with him, I trust him, so I don't care. I
Would
just
you
hope
say that
he doesn't back off.
that's a very small percentage of men though that like can invoke something like that out of a woman?
Honestly, I just think that that's the mindset
Mm.
where they think, oh, well, I don't look like this, so I can't. But at the end of the day, if a guy will come up to you and actually have a conversation and not just treat you like a piece of meat, the girl's going to, like, dig you. Girls go personality, not all girls, but for me, I go personality, and then, like, I'll see if he
I would
happens to
say-
be attractive.
I would say most
definitely
girls
big.
though, like especially like right now because there's like a change kind of going on. Women are starting to like guard themselves. They're like starting to realize, oh, I look like a hoe when I do these things. Now, don't get me wrong. 6 months ago, a few months ago, like a year
Hey,
ago,
Camden.
City Girls was fucking lit. You know,
Oh,
like it was
yeah.
pretty crazy. But I think right now there is a little bit of change going. I would still say like you do see that at Cowboys, and you will see women do stuff like that. But I want y'all to understand it's a very like the men that they're like getting that type of burning genuine desire for, it's because there's something special about them. Like every guy doesn't get that out of. I've made out with a few girls at bars and I regret it. And but like those type of things, like I don't think that I don't think most guys like I've talked to a lot of guys that have never experienced that in their entire life. So it's like I don't think every guy really can get that out of women like all the time.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, agreed. But also, like, it's not like anyone.
if you got a guy with
I
a
don't
sauce
think
like
everyone's
that,
gonna
that's
do
your
that.
fault for choosing a guy with a sauce like that. You know
Well,
what I'm
I
saying?
mean, whatever
Here,
happens, happens, man.
I wanted to ask really quick. I wanted to give like a different example, kind of because like we're talking about that. Uh, this is something I don't personally resonate with because I don't chase women and I don't like in a relationship, especially. I don't like follow a bunch of hoes and I don't like their pictures. If a girl asked for $10, I wouldn't send it to her. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit there and text girls and like try to hang out and like go
I
on.
respect you for that.
Yeah, well,
That's
so
good.
like, but the thing is, I know a lot of guys that when they're in relationships, they still do those things. And like, don't get me wrong, like I disagree with it, but I like to think as a man, like, but why? Like, why are they doing this? You know, so I really started thinking about it, and I started like breaking it down and stuff. And what it is, and because I've heard a lot of these excuses from some of them now, and like what it is if they have a girlfriend who's on Instagram and say like she likes to do the ass shot, like she just had a big following, like they got into a relationship. This girl has 2,000-3,000 followers. She likes to have her ass out, like she likes to post bikini pictures. She likes to just show herself a lot and definitely pull in more eyes. Whether or not
Mhm.
she's single or taken doesn't matter. Like she might even put in her post like, "Hey, I'm taken," but she's always drawing in more attention. You know what I'm saying? Like so like a guy's dating strategy is, as y'all know, is we come to you, like we pursue
Yeah.
y'all. And a woman's dating strategy is, drop the handkerchief or whatever. Look, just give him the look, and he'll come to you hopefully, or something. Like y'all shouldn't like. Usually, y'all aren't the pursuer; you're the pursuee. So because of that, what happens in relationships is guys will be in a relationship with a girl, and they're insecure because her dating strategy of being open to men and being open to these things, whether that's putting up pictures on her Instagram or whatever it is, she's still using her dating strategy. Whether she tells him I love you and I'm in a relationship with you, but I'm still going to I'm going to keep my strategy open because I love the DMs. I love the attention. I love all these other guys. I like the opportunities that are always there coming in. And so a guy, though, he'll be like, well, if she's going to have her dating strategy always going while we're in a relationship, and he can't shame it at all. Women, or all the women and all the men in society would be like, you're a fucking insecure if you don't like your woman having Instagram.
Mhm.
Like, what the fuck is your problem? So he's like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to have to let her do her dating strategy, but I'm going to do mine too.
Yeah.
And my strategy is DMing, pursuing. So I don't like those type of relationships. Like I think those people are ridiculous when they're in a relationship together and they do that shit to each other. but at the same time, I understand it. And I understand that there's a lot of people that are in those dynamics. And like the reason why I was bringing that up is because it's just comparative to the dancing.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying that
No,
it's
I
one to
totally
one at all,
understand what you're
but it's
saying.
comparative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and totally understand the correlation. And honestly, so I post like an Instagram picture every like once a year, and recently I'm trying to get more into it to post. But here's the thing though, what matters is what you do with the DMs. I want to post like me looking cute because like I work hard on my outfits and I'm trying to lose weight, and it's like gonna help me with my streams and whatnot, but it's not out of a male gaze. It's just like I send the pictures to my girls being like, hey, does this look cute? Like, do you think like my friends are gonna, like, it's more it's more what you do.
I can believe you that deep in your heart that that's what you truly believe and that's what you truly like, think and stuff. But at the end of the day, like we were talking about earlier, we're all animals.
Yeah.
Like we still do things subconsciously. And then honestly, ladies, like men are really overt and women are very covert. Like it's not in y'all's dating. Think about it, y'all are weak little women. It's not in y'all's strategy in any area of life to be overt. It's always y'all's strategy to be covert and manipulative and not ask directly for things. Because if you, I mean, a woman who's a gold digger, the only reason why she's labeled a gold digger is because she's being direct about what she wants in life. But I would say most women want a provider, just want somebody that can like provide for them in certain ways because y'all are hardwired to want those things. But like but a woman that's being overt about it, that's weird. Bitch, shut up. You're a gold digger. You know what I'm saying? But y'all are like all the subconscious stuff that y'all do, all the overt stuff, there's nothing wrong with it. And like I said, I know deep down in your heart, you probably really do believe that. Like you're doing this, for all that. But at the end of the day, you're also a single woman. You would love to have the option of a beautiful, handsome Prince Charming to come and swing in and swoop you up. And so, and that's not going to happen if you, like you said, you only post once a year on Instagram. It's not, well, like the chance of it happening is way lower then because you're doing that. So y'all low key, it's just like the makeup thing. It's like, you don't put makeup on to sit at your house and watch fucking Lost or watch a TV show. Like nobody does that. So it's like, we always love to tell ourselves it's for this, but really it's subconsciously, it's subliminally for other things. And like there's nothing wrong with it. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with it. At the end of the day, it's just about being understanding. Like if you meet that guy, be prepared to sacrifice certain things. Like the reason why I locked my girl down was because she had like no followers on her Instagram. If you meet as a guy, if I meet a girl who's beautiful, like I mean stunning, and on top of being stunning, she's out of relationship, or maybe she's out of relationship, and she's only been single for a short period of time, so that she hasn't been like going through a hoe phase or anything. She's a relationship type of person. Say you look at their Instagram and there's not a bunch of fucking thought pictures. They only have 100 or 200 followers and only 10 or 15 are men or something like that. You can be like, oh, this is a relationship girl. This is a girl that likes giving all of her attention to her man and likes having very little attention from outside men. And that's something that I instantly was like, that's a prize, and I'll lock it in. And so like, but I think a lot of women sometimes do a lot of stuff that makes y'all look like you're not a prize, even though you're telling yourself, I know I'm a prize. There's 10,000 guys that are DMing me. I got dates out the ass if I wanted it. I got a guy who will give me 50 grand to go on a date. I have all these options and resources. I must be the shit. But then when that guy with good morals and that good like that, he wants things and he's a man of God and stuff, that guy walks by because he's looking for something like what I found with my girl. And like, and don't get me wrong, some guys know the percentage chance of them finding that is 1%, but they're gonna fucking wait because it's better than ending up with the shitty girl that they had before. Because a lot of us have already gone through one or two shitty relationships. I went through a lot of shitty relationships, and like, and once you learn, you're like, oh, this is patterns. Oh, like, oh, she does this. Oh, she goes out and she goes dancing. Oh, well, I had an ex that did that and it didn't work out.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
It's not even y'all. Y'all could be the best fucking women ever that are loyal and that would never do that. But then some other bitch fucked it up.
So,
yeah.
Because you're Christian, right? No?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
So we're both religious too, and that's one reason why. Like, so for me, I've only posted maybe 3 swimsuit pictures in my life. One was recently on Snapchat, and that was a nerve-wracking bomb. I hated it. But I was like, you know what? And I was like, I've worked so hard. I've lost over 20 pounds. Like, I really just want to, like, look like a girl and just be like, hey.
If you're single, girl, do
But
it.
if I was dating someone, unless he's in the picture with me, but I'm still not going to turn around and just be like, yo, here's my ass cheeks. Like,
if you're single, you got to do a mating call. Like, you have to do something to, like, bring in eyes. Like, I get it. It's just, like, at a certain point, like, I don't know. Like, maybe even on the first, if I was a girl, I would maybe on the first date be like, I'm so happy you fucking like that picture and slid my DMs because I did that, just to like see if I could like get a date and you're actually a good guy and I got lucky. It's like,
well, because I post, like, the last time I think I posted a bikini pic, like on my story or something like that, it was after I got out of my relationship. So that was like my way of being like, yo,
I'm single,
I'm
bitches.
single
up?
now, without me being like, hey, F this guy. Because
Nothing against
Yeah, that's
the
how
guy.
y'all do it.
Like, I'm still friends
it's
with all of
just-
mine. It is
yeah,
what it is.
it's we weren't compatible in a romantic relationship, but we have an amazing friendship. It's just like that. I don't hang out with them every single day. I make sure that
There's
their
a line.
girlfriends are there, and I'm friends with their girlfriends first before I go and talk to them on their own. I talk to his girlfriend way more than I talk to him.
Yeah.
But like my Instagram, like my Snapchat, when I'm in a relationship, mostly it's like him. My Instagram, it's all of like me and my friends. I do not post like single pictures of me unless it's like a life moment event, like
Yeah.
changing in my life.
Yeah, it's fine if y'all are good at changing once you're in the relationship. I'm just saying, even at first glance, though, you know, like everybody judge a book by.
yeah.
It's like if I walked up to y'all at the club and I look like some fucking ghetto ass fucking dork or something like that, and I was like, "Yo, what's good, girl? Like, you trying to go on a date?"
Oh, I'd run
like
away.
y'all might look at me like I was kind of stupid, but then like I pull up in a Lambo outside, you know, like first perception, it still is everything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you know, like how you want to be perceived. People are going to perceive you based off of what you are at first glance. Go ahead.
I think Tatum agrees with me on this in the most polite way possible. I don't give a rat's ass what you drive. You're gonna wreck that bitch. I don't care. I do not care. I've had dudes pull up with Lambos being like, hey, you want to come take a ride? I was a car model. I don't care what you drive. If you go fast, cool. You got a sports car? Dope. I got a 2014 Hyundai Sonata, and I ride or die. It's been living since I was 16. If you got a car that can go from A to B, preferably with air conditioning, and
It's golden.
you're paying yourself versus like, you know, relying on your parents, which like my parents paid for my first car, so, you know, God bless, thank you. But like if you're just here out, like I had a guy recently, I don't even know what car it was. Either way, he pulled up with some fancy shit, and he was offering rides to girls and a lot of like 18-year-old girls, and this guy is like 37 plus.
That's creepy.
And it's so, and like I look at them and I'm like, oh my god, dude, you're grooming with your car. And I was like, you think you're hot shit just because, oh my god, I drive a car that goes vroom vroom, crazy. Like I just
Is it the person I'm thinking of?
I'm saying his name, JB. You know?
Oh
JB?
no, I thought
that
you were
dude-
saying
that
Curtis.
dude-
Dropping names
Oh
today.
my god. No, if you're hitting on 18-year-olds when you're almost 40, sorry, you can suck it. Like,
Dude.
you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Go meet someone your age. If you're trying to show off your car to little teenagers just to pull a tiny little bimbo that's still learning her place in the world, that's naive. I don't like you, respectfully. Like,
Well,
you do you,
yeah.
but don't use
I was
young
like,
girls. Come on, man.
Honestly, I think
naive.
people under the age of 21 shouldn't really even be in relationships.
Oh, no,
I'd rather
that's-
focus on myself and get my priorities straight and make sure I have everything
I
right
think
in
That's
my
why
life.
baseline,
I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask you, you know, when it comes to, you know, relationships, like you said that you're friends with all your exes.
Mhm.
I would honestly think that is like the most massive red flag in the world.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
One of the
there's
most
a line. It's more
There-
of like, we don't talk shit to each other. Like, if we see each other, like, hey, how are you? We're good. But it's not like we hang out one-on-one or
But
anything
no, like,
Oh,
do
yeah,
you
There's
still
a
have
line.
them? No, this is what I mean. Do you still have them added on Instagram? Do you still have their phone number and y'all aren't blocked from each other? Like, he can text you.
Yeah.
Like there's an open line of communication.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, but
Yeah.
my
And
dude won't know.
I would say that's normal. Like what you. I'm not
Yeah.
sitting here shaming you for something because every fucking woman does the same thing. But I
Yeah.
need to explain something. So like, if it was a real relationship,
Oh, I would
Well,
add them.
it's
block
over,
them.
Yeah,
and
when
I'll
it
explain
comes
to
to
you
that
why.
point-
Because if it was a real relationship, if you really love somebody, if it was a real fucking thing, like y'all live together, like it
Well,
was
yeah,
a real hardcore
yeah.
thing, y'all will fucking hate each other so much by the end of it, you know, because y'all loved each other so much, it had to be something significant to ruin it.
Mhm.
So y'all are complete, like all my exes, full on exes, because it was a full on relationship where we lived together,
Yeah.
we had
See, I wasn't
everything
at that
going.
level.
That's what I'm saying. It's a bunch of situationships, and what I'm saying, the reason why it's a red flag is because the guys like, oh, that means that you had a bunch of guys that didn't want to take you seriously.
No, they asked me to take it seriously, and I was like, I'm sorry, but over
But-
this time, I know. See, because I date for marriage, that's the thing. And if I am seeing that it's not going to go in that direction, I'm not going to keep leading you on. I'm not going to keep you from meeting your future girl. Like, if, like,
But
so-
that still says, like, you gotta understand, it always says something about people. It
Yeah,
always
agree.
does.
Yeah.
Fully
Like,
agree.
and you were saying, you know, I don't even think you should be in a relationship with 21. I have the opposite belief. I think that people should be getting relationships at like 15,
Well,
16
yeah.
to learn fully.
That's
Because the
the
problem
learning
today, is that people don't get into relationships. Back in the day, thousands of years ago, we always were dating
Well,
for at young ages. Like you're always practicing. It's only this stupid fucking generation. No offense to
Yeah.
y'all at all. No,
No,
offense to
no,
y'all at all.
no. Okay,
it's
we
only
suck.
it's
None
only
taken.
Gen Z
We're
and under and
bad.
stuff where like there's this anti-sociability thing
But-
that's like on the rise.
You also got to think
Against
about
the
it is
phones.
like people will start talking and like get into these situationships where they're not labeled, but they're doing everything that's like being in a relationship, being boyfriend and girlfriend with one another, or whatever the circumstances if for that relationship.
Yeah.
But like they're doing everything, just not putting a label on it, but still being exclusive. So like everyone's confused
It's
right
basically
now,
dating
and it's
still.
dating,
It's-
but without a
They're trying to
label
keep
because
us
they're
all up.
talking.
They're
that's just
basically
but
trying
that's
to
just
have an
like
escape if
yeah,
they
well,
want to find
That's
someone
an
better, in
easy
my
out.
opinion.
You're
Easy
like,
out.
I never dated you.
Because then you
I was
never
just
have a
talking to you. I was
full
fucking
breakup.
with you for a minute.
I need y'all to understand there's a very small percentage of men that do stuff like that because a majority of guys out here, one third of men in between the ages of 18 and 30 are virgins and or haven't had sex this year. One third, okay, 1/3. That's a big chunk,
I
okay.
think that's a good
And then
thing.
if we look at the stats for guys in relationships in between 18 and 30, it's only 33% of men are in relationships in between that age. So that's 66% of guys are single in that bracket. And then of that 66% that are single, 1/3 of them aren't fucking at all. So when we really look at it, the guys that y'all are talking about that are running game like that, that's that top 5 and that top 20% guys. And the thing I always have to explain to y'all ladies is you don't have to choose them. There's
No.
80% of guys, and they're betas. They would love you. They would do whatever the fuck you want. Some of these guys aren't even that beta-ish. They just make a little money, or they're plumbers or something. And you're like, I don't want to be
Oh
the
no,
plumber.
I love me
But-
some blue
I
collar
Well, I'm
men.
not saying y'all, but I'm
I've
playing-
only dated mechanics.
I'm just gonna say women in general. Whenever I bring that up,
I
you
do
know,
know.
a
Oh, yeah,
lot
no,
of women
no,
in general
that's fair.
will
I
like
definitely
skip
agree
over
that
those
that is
guys.
a stereotype.
Yeah. And like, but I just can't express enough that like if you have that complaint, stop
Yeah.
going for those guys.
Agreed.
There's so many fucking really good
Well, no,
men.
I wasn't
So
complaining about it because that like those situations that I've been in, like that has helped me being like, oh hey, I don't like this
Yeah,
in a future partner. I'm good.
Yeah,
So
as
I know
long as you take accountability,
Yeah.
you're fine.
And
Yeah.
one big thing
Yeah.
was that
I was
me
saying
and
in
my
general.
exes, we didn't really have a bad blood fallout. It was like the talking stage and whatnot.
Yeah.
It didn't fully develop. But also, my main thing was substances. If they were drinking every single night, making me the babysitter, making me a mom, I'm just like, hey, we're clearly just friends because this is too much on
Well,
me.
like my thing is,
So,
if there's
you know.
a direct tie of, if you had sex with somebody, I don't believe in having a direct tie with that anymore. Like if
Oh,
you
yeah.
fuck someone, and like so, even if they were just a situationship, even if they were just a fuckboy, whatever it is, it's wrong of you to keep that direct line open. I don't care what anybody says; it's wrong. Like on both sides, on the men and the woman, because like you're literally just trying to keep an option open. Like let's be fucking at that 1,000 here. It's just keeping an option open because you would love if something happened, you could go back to them. And that 1 foot in and 1 foot out is the reason why relationships don't work today. And everybody does this. Everyone does.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. And when you have that mentality, of course you're never going to take anybody serious. You want to know why you've been like why you won't take any of these guys serious? I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
either.
and
Well, I try to like explain to like guys that I'm either talking to or like that seriously want to date me. I'm like, hey, listen, I will instantly like either block, an ad, whatever you need me to do to make you feel more secure with yourself.
yeah,
And
like just
not
tell me.
feel like I'm going out and doing something.
But how often do you
behind
sit
your
there
back.
and you tell? But so this,
I will
this,
sit there and have them go through my phone, and
Yeah,
I will tell
my
them
phone's
everything,
your
and they
phone.
do
I
it
don't give a
themselves.
crap.
but that's
And they can
also,
check it.
and I
I've
want you to
never had to
also
do that,
understand, like even that, like I'm gonna tell y'all something just really quick about men. We don't want to know about any experience or anything like that. So say like you did that, which is very honest and awesome of you.
Mhm.
I would honestly, this is a lot of the guys are going to fucking hate me for saying this, but it's just the truth. Honestly, you delete everything from those other guys. Don't do that. Like, show them your phone and be like, no other men have talked to me in months, even if it's a fucking lie.
No.
Even if it's a fucking lie, because we just want to know. You should already block them as soon as you're like, you know what, we're serious. I really fucking like you. You locked me in. I'm gonna lock you in. Don't even tell them, but do it that night. When you're home alone on the fucking phone, block every one of those fuck boys, block them all, delete every one of their fucking messages, make it to where if he did go through your shit, you look like an innocent little sweet soul. And you know what? He would fucking love you so much more for it because we don't like experience at all. And the reason why women project that like it doesn't bother y'all is because I know it doesn't bother you. I know that y'all are attracted to a guy that can get women. I know that if anything, you would kind of get low-key a little 1% turned on if you knew that a guy that other woman wanted your guy. Whereas it is not the fucking same. If there's 1% of a guy in your DMs, your guy's gonna be so fucking turned off he won't fuck you that night.
See,
I'm dead ass.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's true.
Men and women are opposites when it comes to
is,
that.
I think it depends on the guy because for me, whenever I've gone out,
Yeah, you're right. A cuck would love it.
And
sure.
like, well, you know, but not
Destiny.
not in
Destiny.
not that aspect, but but I've had. So this previous dude I'd spoken to recently, So like I wouldn't open messages, or I just like leave them on red to clear it out. Like if anyone DM me, compliment me, I don't care. I just like swipe, gone. And
I don't pay attention.
yeah,
to
I just like
anything.
I could care less. But he was like, why aren't you like thanking guys when they compliment you? Like why aren't you talking to them whenever you go out? And I was like, well, I like you. That seems kind of dumb. And he was like, what? And he's like, I want to show you off. If people are asking you out, then that means I got the prettiest bitch in the room and I'm doing something right. And then he was like, let me look. And then he starts like scrolling through and he's like, oh, he complimented you. Thank you. And I'm just looking at him like, are you crazy?
Like there's
and I was honestly so happy when he did that because it was honestly a really stressful thing.
So
Yeah.
like, are you
'Cause
still talking to this guy at all?
which one is-
Not that I'm aware of, but he might
Yeah.
assume.
I was
So like,
gonna
so like,
say,
what?
'cause
So like,
I
why?
ended it.
So
I
like,
picked up
what?
all my stuff.
So why?
So we had hung out like all the time for a few weeks, and then for like basically mainly on my birthday, he showed up to the location for friend drama, but not for me. And for that entire like week, he didn't spend any time for me. My twin was in town. I had family in town. I told him how it would mean the world to me if he came to a dinner or just like let me come stay the night after my birthday at least so I could see him. And he just didn't set me as a priority compared to literally everybody. And so I'm just like, okay, it's okay, like we're good. I was like, him and I are still neutral. Like he was snapping me before this, wishing me good luck on the show, and I was like, okay, great, thanks, but I still picked up all my shit. Like if you're not gonna set me as a priority, not number one. Your mama, God, whatever you want up there, cool. But
He was
spend
cool.
time spend time with me, man.
But he was cool with everything in your phone, right?
Yeah, he was totally.
So it's almost as if guys can say one thing and do something else. It's almost as if guys could lie. And this is what I was trying to teach y'all at the beginning. Guys always lie. You need to get this out of your fucking brain.
Yeah.
And I'll tell y'all why y'all think
single.
people are honest.
Yeah.
Is because y'all are usually honest. Women usually can be honest about certain things. Guys aren't. We lie about everything. So you know what you just brought up? One of my favorite things I like to bring up with y'all, whenever I used to go sleep with girls, ladies, for me to fully know if she was a hoe or not, I would act like her best fucking friend after we fucked. And like I would let her know about my sexual past and my history and what I've done and like freaky stuff and all this type of thing.
Wait,
and what are these? Yes,
After?
yes, because the woman would always be like, oh, I can be comfortable with it. I can let out my true self and be honest with him about my, my desires and my past and the things I've done.
I'm not gonna lie,
And what happens is every time they do it, and then I put you instantly either in the fuck only category, or I'm like, oh, she's such a hoe, I'm not even going to talk to her at all anymore. Because there's been some girls where I was so disgusted from what they said, it was like, I'm never talking to this bitch again.
Oh yeah, no.
But then 9 times out of 10, if I was just somewhat disgusted, it's like, okay, you get put in fuck only category. And that's what he did to you. Y'all don't, you think this guy was so honest with you,
He has
and
me
like
to
and
be
he was
official,
like, and he was so
but-
nice and stuff. No, like the thing is, he went through your
Yeah.
phone to learn the truth about you. And then he acted cool like I did, like any guy does. We will lie to your fucking face and act cool as fuck. And then the whole time, low key in his brain, he was like, fuck only category.
Yeah.
And like, and you want to know why you didn't go
that's
see your
not-
family? Trust me. Like, I guarantee you that is one of the many factors to it. Because it's, y'all like to think that guys don't care about a lot of things because we will lie to you and tell you that we don't. If I did this fucking show and I had a regular job, ladies, I would lose it. Okay. I have 4 sisters, a family of nothing but women and stuff. Do you think that they enjoy the things that I say? Do y'all realize that, like, if I broke up with my girl tomorrow, do you think I would get pussy easier or harder because of me doing this show and bringing up the stuff that I talk about?
I think it just depends on the person,
Yeah.
their opinion.
It would be,
doesn't-
yeah,
it would
you're
depend
right,
on the
because there's
person,
like some
but-
right-wing people, but for the most part,
Most
most
part, it
people,
would probably be harder for you.
it would hurt me, okay? So because I'm being honest. And the
Yeah.
only reason why I do this is because I got a stunning girl at home. I don't have to worry about anything like that. I own my own businesses. I don't have to worry about financial issues.
Yeah.
So because of that, I started this because I had an opportunity that most men didn't have, okay? So when I'm telling y'all the truth and I do this stuff, it's because I'm a very rare individual that is able to do that.
Yeah,
Because
no.
most men will get canceled, miss out on pussy the rest of their life telling the truth like this, telling you how we really feel, the secrets of the game. No,
Yeah, no,
like,
I really appreciate this though, because now it's like, oh, heyo,
Well, I feel
opening my eyes a little bit.
I feel a little less crazy for like thinking it already because I want to give like
Well, yeah,
I wanna
'cause
give
we
hope
think
in
a lot of
men.
things.
I want to be like, oh, he's so nice, and like, oh, he literally asked me to be official and to be his girlfriend because I met his whole family. I met all of his friends. His friends are actually hitting me up, being like, "Where are you at?" He's like talking about you. Where are you at? And I'm just like, he hasn't invited me over, therefore I'm not there. Like, there's a step. You can say you're dating and like you want to date me, but if you're not gonna spend time with me, the literal entire point of a relationship, then
Yeah, a
You
guy
know.
will
Also
definitely like
Like-
show you like the truth. Just like how I coach guys that are trying to get girls, and I always have to tell them like, don't look at what these ladies say, look at what they do, because there's
Yeah.
a lot of
Actions,
women that'll
actions.
be like, oh yeah, I would love to have a date with you, and then they ignore them for 3 days or something, and text messages like, and like y'all have to do the same thing. You have to look at what he does, not what
Yeah.
he says.
Mhm.
Like,
Agreed.
That's what I
Agreed.
do, because
Yeah.
I take
I'm getting
everything that like if someone's pursuing me and they're like talking up this big game, I take it with a grain of salt,
Yeah.
because I'm like, are you actually going to do it? Are you actually going to, come hang out with me, or like come to whatever function that I'm at that I want you to be there for? Are you going to come and talk to me, or are you going to be just another face in the crowd?
Yeah.
Especially men are salesmen, like because
Yeah.
like what you were talking about, like we pursue and then y'all. So since we're always selling, y'all are the ones always buying. So
Yeah.
it's like you know, like y'all have to. It's like I'll give you an example. I'm such a fucking like money saving motherfucker. Like I'm so
Yeah.
stingy that one of the biggest things about me is like. When somebody's trying to sell me anything, I fucking see through them. I see the fucking dollar signs instantly. It's like, okay, how much are you trying to make? Like, what's your profit margins? Like, why is he trying to sell me this? Like,
Mhm.
I instantly know the greed behind what's being going on, and I think that a lot of y'all don't see instantly through these guys, and you don't see their greed, and it's because it's really hard to with a person. Like they're gonna tell you, like I said, all men lie. Like you're not gonna ever be able to tell. The reason why y'all have such a hard time actually dating today is because who helped y'all for thousands of years try to make sure that guys were good men? Who helped y'all?
Oh,
Women?
No, it was other men. It was your
Oh,
father.
Sorry,
yeah.
I got
It was
so
your
distracted
father.
by one of the
Yeah,
nobody's
no.
comments. I started laughing at it.
No,
I'm so sorry.
no.
You're good.
I
But yeah,
was saying
it was-
women because my mom, she was a single mom. Like my parents got a divorce when I was 3, and they're best friends now.
Yeah.
And she's doing her own thing, but she was single mom, and she's single mom now. And like I grew up with a lot of family, like a whole bunch of siblings and stuff like that. So it's a busy household. So I had my older sister to look up to, and then I also had my mom. And my mom was like, "Learn from my mistakes." Because she got married to my ex stepdad, and he was a narcissist. And she's like, anytime I bring a guy home or like have him meet my mom, I'm like, "Mom, what did you notice?" As soon as he leaves, because she's going to be 100% honest with me of what she knows and like all these other things. And if she does not like you, or if my dad does not like you, especially my mom, I'm going off of my mom mostly.
I go off my mom. My dad's always wrong. The ones he likes are the absolute worst. The ones that
Yeah.
he
I
doesn't
got
like,
asked,
I'm like, that was
like
dumb,
you
dude.
like
that
you
one
said
was good.
that your stepdad was narcissist. Was he a wealthy narcissist or a poor narcissist?
Poor.
Okay,
He
yeah,
was so poor.
then I can understand how horrible
So,
that is. Because
yeah.
if they're wealthy,
Well,
I would say
think
like
they're
it actually comes
shitty
from
both
something.
ways.
He
Narcissist.
met my mom in Vegas, and he was talking to her, being like, "Oh, I live in this mansion in Georgia, da 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 da. Like I'm selling it, whatever, and like I'm getting divorced with my wife." He's the type of guy who like goes relationship, like just bounces, and horrible man. But he gave me my 2 little siblings, which I adore, I love. But he's the narcissist where it's like I have a twin brother and sister, and they're younger, they're like in middle school and stuff. And one of them plays soccer, and the other one shows pigs like I did, like in high school and all that stuff. And so I'm more close to her. I try to get close with him, and like he loves me. I love him to death. But he's on like his dad's Facebook a lot more. Like every 2 posts, he's on there bragging about his son because he's trying to draw in like, "Oh my God, like you're such an amazing father," and like all this other stuff, all the compliments. He's trying to suck it out of him because he can't get any. And so if you're in a relationship like that, he's going to use you for the compliments and like basically just manipulate
I
the
guess
crap
that's
out
a
of
real
you.
narcissist. Here, let me go to the super chat that was up there. $10 from Mr. Worldwide. That's our boy. Thank you for recruiting, bro.
Thank you.
I'd hate to be Kaylee's ex.
Oh.
Her ex is punching the air right now. Great show, ladies. Yeah, no, he probably is. Here, somebody said something. I wanted to read. Somebody said in the regular chat something. I wanted to hook them up and read it. Ask homegirl if they think men and women can be just friends. Y'all think men and women can be just friends?
Yes, if there's a healthy boundary, and as long as you're not hanging out one-on-one with them.
But you can't be stupid.
Yeah.
I know all my homies would like to do me if I said yes. I'm not a effing idiot.
Yeah.
But what's different is their actions. You know, like yes, I know guys are guys. They're thinking what they think. It is
they're
what it
gonna
is.
lie, maybe.
But at the
Yes.
word. But at the end of the day, I'm not flirting with them. They're not flirting with me. It's a clear like I hang out in my like ever since like high school. I've had like groups of guy friends where we hang out, we play Smash Bros and shit like that, and they've never like tried to put their hand on my leg or anything like that. Like it's very strict and clear. Like I have homies that like one called me on the way here with his girl problems. He's like, I don't know what to do. Like fill me in, and I explained how to help him with the conversation.
Mhm.
And he was like, "You're the fucking best, thanks." And it's like we definitely know it's possible.
Yeah,
because I've met
'cause
her guy friends. She's met mine.
Would you drop
but I think it
all of
depends.
them for the perfect guy? I'm
No,
not
because
saying
because
just
they're
some
not the
random dude.
perfect
I'm
guy.
saying like no. I'm gonna say he's the perfect guy, perfect provider. He's tall, he's sexy, and he's loyal.
Nope, don't
Nope.
care because
because
he's
I've had
gonna
these
want
I've had
friends.
these friends since I was 15 years old. They've known me. They've grown up with me. They've tried to pursue me. I've shut them
I'm
down
not even
every
gonna.
time.
I'm not even
No,
gonna argue
but-
like the whole pursuing thing, ladies.
Well,
That's
yeah,
not even like
no,
that's not even
no.
like my steel man against
But
it
I'm
at
just
all.
I'm just
okay.
saying, like, if that person was like 100% perfect for me and all this stuff,
Then
and
he would
he's
be
like,
okay with it.
hey, I don't like these people. I'll be like, okay, I won't hang out with them alone. I'll make sure you're with me and you go talk to them first before I go and talk to them.
Yeah, like if he says, "Hey, I don't like this one," it's clear that he's flirting with you. I'll be like, "Okay, I get." If he's been
I'm
like
not
a
gonna
lifelong friend, I'm gonna be like, "Hold on,
deliberately-
I've known him since kindergarten, dude.
Mhm.
He's a part of the family." But if it's someone that's like neutral or more of just existing, and
Then-
if he's like, "Hey, I don't like him," I'm like, "Okay, bye." Like
Yeah.
there's definitely a respect
Kick to
line
the curb.
with
Would
it.
y'all rather, when you're 70, 80 years old and you're dying, would you rather your friends or your family be around the bed?
Both,
Both?
because my friends
A
are
little
my
bit of both.
family.
A little bit
Like
of both?
Tatum, like
Okay.
Because
she's my sister. Like
yeah,
not actually, but
no.
I'd hope she's there holding my mama's hand.
Oh yeah, no,
You know?
because like my grandma, she passed away like a year ago, and it was me, my family, like and her son and daughter, so my mom and my uncle, and then like our little families, and then my dad was there, and his wife was there, and her kids were there, like extended family that like she had no relation to at this point anymore because they had gotten a divorce. It's like she would come, like they were her friends,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, no, there's definitely people that are like family that are friends, but like I would say, as years go on, y'all are both very
probably
young.
not gonna-
Okay,
I'm-
like
they're-
y'all
yeah.
are both very young. I'm telling y'all this as a guy that's 32 years old. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love some of my friendships. I have some friends I've known since I was 5, 6 years old. Okay, so I
Mhm.
completely understand what you are saying.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real as fuck with y'all right here. Fuck blood and fuck time. Like
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
fucking care
Yeah.
about either one of those things, and I'll tell y'all why. I only care about people that my soul aligns with. And the
Yeah.
problem is today, I'm gonna be real with you again. B1000. Most people ain't shit today. I'm not saying fucking women or men. I'm saying 90% of people ain't shit today.
No,
And
that's
you
fair.
and a
It's
bird
true.
and birds of a feather flock together. So if you ever want to make it further in life, if you ever want to break it into the top 10, especially with today's economy and shit, where the middle class is gone and there's only upper and lower about to be. Okay, it's the most serious time than ever, where you actually need a partner, a real teammate, a boy, like a duos team.
Yeah.
You need that now more than ever. I'd say 10, 20 years ago, you could be a badass independent woman. You could be a badass independent man. Bro,
this economy?
it ain't the same ball game no more. We're it's a duos only tournament
Yeah.
now. And the thing is, if y'all have this mentality where you're constantly spreading yourself out to these other people that are not trying to be top 10 percenters, I promise you. Like, don't get me wrong, you might have some that are really shooting for it, but I promise you, over time, you're gonna find that even those, that most of them are bullshitting, or most of them don't have that drive, or they don't have that hustle. And y'all might not even be those people, but
it's just weeding them
It's
out
more
though.
Like, yeah, it's like a select group.
Because
so it's-
I stopped being friends with my closest friend like growing up since
Yeah.
middle school. I cut contact with her after we went on a trip. Like
yeah,
it's
same.
just like, and it sucks because I miss her, and like she knew so much about my life, I knew so much about hers, and like we were there together for everything. She was like my sister, but in the long run, she's not going to help me go to my goals. I try to help her. I try to encourage her to do and branch out and do more things, and she just wasn't biting. So
Yeah.
it's to the point where it's like, okay, if you're not going to go and be a better version of yourself, and you're going to try and drag me down, I'm out.
Yeah. and
so
agreed,
I would say it's in the situation of, like, for me, I'm a very top person. I'm trying very hard to reach way further than most people, and
Yeah.
I'm constantly doing more than others. Okay, so in my situation with my girl, I'm not going to let her have certain friendships or doors open, especially to men, because we're building something together. We're building empire. Is that guy going to help build our empire? No.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't give a fuck. And y'all got to understand, once again, men and women are different. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I actually teach guys how to become friends with women. I have nothing but a friend group of women, but guess what? Of my 100 or plus friends of women that I'm close friends with, and they're all beautiful women. Okay. Do you think I talk to any of them right now? No, in my relationship,
No.
I don't talk or hang out with none of them. I might hit them up for my birthday if we're going to do a big thing for my birthday this year. That's it. Because otherwise, I have my girl, and that's my serious shit. But what happens if I was single tomorrow? I'd be back hanging out with my homegirls instantly, of course. Like, I'm going to be doing that. But I'm not doing that because I'm in a relationship. The problem is we like to pick and choose. Like I said, have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I like to have, like, I want to have my cake. I want to bake my cake and eat it too. Like,
Yeah.
this is all just modern day shit. Whereas if we look back in time, if we look back how things used to be or how things naturally flow, like our natural law or our moral laws work well, all this new age shit that like we're fighting for, it's not gonna work.
It's
like it's all
interesting.
modern day stuff
Yeah.
that it wouldn't have worked fucking 1,000 years ago. It wouldn't have worked 100 years ago. It's working right now because it's a very gynocentric society. If we tell y'all no, if I tell y'all you're wrong about this, I would be shamed for it normally.
Yeah.
Not saying y'all would, but just in general, most people shame people for bringing this
Just
stuff
do
up.
this.
And the problem is like I said, I have nothing but women friends. Like I'm giving y'all this from a point of view as a guy that isn't a beta orbiter. Like I
Yeah.
have a lot of women that are my friends, and I don't act like a beta orbiter with them, but I've seen them my whole life. I know what beta orbiters are. I know that I'm like a fucking unicorn when it comes to like how I treat the girls in our friendships and stuff like that. It's fucking rare. And I would say even I'm able to slip up at a certain point. That's why I cut all my women friends off. Because say like I left those doors open and I was always hanging out with them. I went to brunch with them and stuff like that. Bro, what if I slipped up one time? It's not worth it. If I have
Yeah.
a girl that's like an
I mean,
amazing
how-
girl,
how
why
do
would
you
I do
slip
that?
up? Well, in my mind, like, how do you slip up?
So
You know?
Animal-
That's like
animal
an
it
instinct.
goes back.
Yeah,
It goes
but
back to the
that's
animal
an
instinct thing.
intent.
Like you got to understand, like a guy, it's way different than for y'all because y'all are taught your whole life to cut yourself off. Don't let people in. This is protect this. This is
Chastity belt.
yes. Like
Stereotype.
I gotta protect this. So y'all don't just sit there and just give your burning genital to anybody. It has to be special. Whereas a guy, he's kind of just like, oh shit, the opportunity is here and it's never here. And
Yeah.
like and women want the best quality. Men want quantity. That's just how it's been for all of history. Our short term and long term mating strategies are very different. Like the advice I have to give to men to make sure they end up with a girl that's like Bonnie and Clyde and like loves the shit out of them.
Don't
Like,
cheat.
well, like no, like it's really easy for a guy to get that
Mhm.
like burning genuine desire. Like y'all are gonna hate this, but it's having sex with a guy faster. Like the one night stands or the guy that gets it in 3 or 4 days. There's something special about him, and that's why she was doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And-
then
and
if
tho-
he
and
leaves
those
your
really-
hoe for hooking up with him, there's a double
Well,
standard.
so like that's I
So
would
it's
say
not
so. So the
really-
problem with that is like the guys that say that stuff are guys that are inexperienced. Because guys like me that are experienced,
Also,
Men.
they're
No,
trying.
no,
they're trying to
no,
like, push
seriously.
onto you
Yeah.
what
Be-
they
be-
they
yeah.
get called.
Yeah. So
Like a
like,
bully.
but a guy with experience, since I've experienced multiple girls doing that for me, I've seen how the difference between those type of girls and the type of girls that made me wait 2 months, and the love and the amount of affection and the amount that they are down for you. We're talking two completely different scenarios.
So do you
This girl is
feel-
like fully down for you, like Bonnie and Clyde, and this girl is like, oh, I just want a beta provider for my kids in the future. Because we have two different long-term mating strategies. Like, and it's even for like short-term too. That's why the guys lie so much. Like, we have two completely hyper separate strategies for everything. And then whenever we put it all together and we're trying to like make it work, we're like, fuck, this doesn't work.
Mhm.
And like the advice I give y'all to keep y'all's legs closed and wait for a perfect provider, like the guy that's going to wait 2 or 3 months, because he's not going to run away then. He's not going to be a fucking dickhead or anything like that. Like he's going to be a very good guy probably because he waited that long and he really cares about you. But he's not going to make your coochie wet like the other guy. Like
I don't.
Like that's
I don't believe
that.
I
well,
really,
it's not.
no
So
offense,
it's
but
it's based off of how long
some
you've
of-
say a woman has always made guys wait fucking 3-4 months. Like it's based off what you've always done. Now, if you've always done that, then that's fine. But if say like you let 5 guys hit it on the first night, you officially like broke that little habit, and it's like, okay, I really like, because that proves that you had something special for those guys. You know better than to let that shit go for free.
Mhm.
You know better, and like you know deep down inside you, you wouldn't do it unless he's special. He has to be special in some way.
Oh yeah, no, for
Yeah.
sure. I like. I
don't know,
genuinely
just-
like people, like guys especially, like when they try to push for that type of stuff and like
I
pushing
hate
for it. I
personally.
say,
I
hey,
hate it.
I'm not that type of girl. Go look in one on your phone. Like go do
yeah.
that. I'm
Go-
good.
Go pay for some OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like one big thing that I.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, no, seriously, because like one thing is, a lot of guys will try to guilt trip me, being like, "Well, if you cared about me, you
would do
ship
it.
me your anime biddies." No, stop asking for nudes. I don't send them. I don't. Anytime any man has ever asked me for a nude, I have been disgusted with him. I'm like, "What are you, 16? Like, what the fuck are you doing?"
Just
Do
saying.
y'all do online dating?
I've never met up with anyone from an app.
Okay.
I'm scared of being killed.
I haven't met up with anyone from an app. I get it just so I can find my friends and roast them.
I used it to boost my Twitch, to meet my friends and roast them. And I was like, I have made, weirdly enough, like 2 of my like really, really close friends I met on a dating app. And not like, oh, we're gonna go meet. It was, we happened to match, and then I met them in person at a different event. And I was like, yo, you're dope as shit. And I was just like, you wanna be homies? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, cool. And like now we're just like friends.
Yeah,
and like, and I actually set them up with some of my friends and stuff like that. So it's like,
I was like, I mostly get it just so then like because some of the bars they do like single site nights. So like if you pull up an app on your phone saying that you got like Tinder, a Hinge, Bumble, whatever, you get them for free.
yeah. So we use
So-
it for that shit.
Yeah, and so
I
like
didn't know
there's yeah,
Mhm.
like
cool.
EC does it like every Fridays or so, or like Saturdays or something like that. They'll post it, and Electric Cowboy in Louisville,
Wow.
they'll do that. Yeah, and so like a lot of people are there, and it's a lot of singles, or it's like people in a relationship. They just like download it. They don't even make an account. They just
They
show
show
that
it.
they have that app on their phone, and then they let in.
Yeah.
And then-
So like this is where like a guy would get upset and like
Oh,
I said
I
like
deleted every
Oh, I would
no
not have a dating
no
app.
it has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
I'm just bringing up like something else. It's like but whenever it comes to like fuck I kind of forgot.
Oh, my bad.
Whenever it comes to yeah I'm just as ADHD as you.
This is not good for all three of us.
Yeah,
No, for real.
no, because I'll be like, I'll be over here, and then you'll squirrel me off, and I'll be like, fuck, like, I gotta scroll back this way.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
the both of
fuck,
us.
like what was it though? No, I needed to ask you,
Was it the dating apps to get into the bars for
it was
free?
no, it was something else. I really can't fucking remember, guys. I'm sorry.
Sexism, America.
If $1 super stickers. Thank you, Michael Mitro. Can everybody like the video
Thank
because
you.
Michael's
Thank you.
He's been so supportive this whole time.
Yeah,
He's so
yeah, yeah.
nice. Thank you.
No, I want to know, ladies. Learning everything that I've kind of like talked to y'all about, like our different dating strategies and just like what men are kind of looking for and stuff.
Mhm.
Like, are y'all reconsidering like kind of changing anything when it comes to Instagram or how you move? Or are you just like, no, I really just I'm
hate
gonna stand
social
on this shit.
media, so that's why it's a little bit easier for me in that aspect.
Oh.
I'm trying to up it just a little bit, just so whenever I do stream, I have like something for people to go to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We've both been pretty clean on our stuff, so my
Yeah.
logic's always been: if it's posted on the news, are you okay with it? And that's what my parents would always tell me. And then I'm like, sometimes I'll be like, no, I don't want to take a mirror picture in high school and have it portrayed on the news. Like, it was pretty obvious to me, and I wanted to be a teacher all my life.
Yeah.
And I was youth minister, and I've always been playing volleyball. There's really strict rules on all of that. So I think that I've just been lucky enough to already kind of have the mindset engraved in my brain. But one thing that I have been thinking about differently is one of my friends, Tori, she's older, and she's like, you need to just go on dates. And I'm like, I've never been on one, though. She was like, no, like,
They're
just start
scary.
saying yes. And I'm just like, but they expect you to hook up with them
Hold
after.
on. You've never been on a date.
Like a proper...
Proper-
So you've never been on a proper date?
No.
No,
But
we
And
both
I've-
haven't.
and
See,
we've
this is the
dated,
issue.
but
You've
we've hung
never
out
been
at
on a
houses.
proper date, but you've had sex before. Do you understand how goofy that sounds?
No, but
Oh,
like that's
incredibly.
What's sad. That's what's sad. That's what's happening.
you
People
understand?
don't do dates
Incredibly.
But this is what I want to explain to y'all, though. This is why guys won't take you seriously now. And I was about to bring
Well,
this up
yeah.
with you, too, is because once a guy hears, and I mean, that's why I was telling you, like, always lie about this type of shit. But the thing is, if a guy knew that you had giving up sex to a guy before, and he didn't even these guys never took you on a proper date, and then some good guy who you want so bad who to take you on the proper dates and shit does all that bullshit, and then you make him wait 3 fucking months, and then you fucking and then
Well, no one's done that.
but I know,
They
but
don't do it.
so what's sad though is that you will break rules for fucking alphas and you make rules for betas.
I
okay,
will say-
first off, alpha
No,
beta.
no.
Because
No.
I date betas.
No. What?
Hold
No,
on.
but that is the truth, though. It is like really think about what I just said. You break rules for alphas. There's certain guys that you will break rules for, and there's definitely certain guys that you don't break rules for. And the thing, and the reason why I was bringing it up is because, like, for you just fucked that guy recently, okay? And then
Yeah,
some other
well-
guy who's gonna want to try to start taking you out or something like that. He's gonna be like, well, I don't want a girl who has casual sex.
I will say
How
I will say
unfair is that?
this. I say I've never been on a proper date.
Like,
But
proper.
I have been on dates,
Oh,
and
I
those
know
dates were like, "Hey, let's go get food at this place real quick, and then we can go to the bar and go dancing." Like
That's a date.
that's been my dates.
Yeah.
Like,
That is
but
a
I
date.
don't classify that.
I'm
that's
not getting.
me.
I was getting onto
So,
her about
yeah,
the
no,
proper
I-
date.
I-
I'm not
I-
getting
so
onto
for
you.
my proper date is where they like pick you up, take you out to eat, stuff like that. For me, I've dated poor men where they don't have money to go out, so all we do is play video games and hang
I
out
know
at their house.
you're a builder
Like,
man. I know.
not intentionally.
I literally
Not anymore,
hold
but-
on. I actually make fun of women like you the most, and I'll explain to you why though. I'll explain to you why. You're naturally driven to. There's something called hypergamy, which means women like to date across and up social hierarchies. You are naturally driven to want a provider and a guy that's not a fucking brokey and not all those things. And the women that are the goofiest in society today are the ones that listen to feminism, listen to all this bullshit in the church, listen to all this stuff saying we're equal and I can take care of you and women are just as badass as men today, all that bullshit. And what it makes you think is, oh, I can take care of a guy. When in reality, any guy that is willing to be in that position is a bitch, a fucking loser, a guy that you shouldn't even give sex to. So the fact that you have even failed that test multiple times shows that you can't even go with your natural instinct anymore.
It was also like I was a teenager. You know what I mean? So
I don't care. I don't. No. You were a church girl. You were a church girl. You had good. You had two parents that are together, correct? Are your parents together?
My dad was divorced once, but yes, they are together.
Yeah.
Still.
Okay. So like, you have no excuse if you come from a 2-parent household. You have no fucking excuse.
Yeah. See, honestly, it's just my parents told me, hey, if they pay for you, they think you're gonna owe them. And so that's why anytime dudes have wanted to go out, in my mind, I think, oh, if they pay for my food, they're going to fuck me. And so I have had alpha men try to be like, I want to take you on a date. I want to do this. I want to treat you right. I want to spoil you. And I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that, but I'm just letting you know now I will not hook up on the first night. I will say that exact blank statement, and they will be like, I'm out. And I'm like, okay, then you're not the guy for me. That's perfectly fine. The really, really nice little nerd people I've dated, I was friends with them first. That's why the date never really became an aspect, because we were hanging out as a group. Then we started just hanging out one-on-one, like doing our own thing, and then we would go to the arcade with our friends. So it just like happened to flow that way. It was never really an intentional thing. Like we'd like hang out at the house, make like date night dinner. So at home dates, we've done stuff like that, but not as, you know, like a specific sit-down restaurant, right?
Dressing up fancy.
Would you agree that like you reap what you sow?
Depending on the situation, yeah.
I'd say in general, like you reap what you sow. Like whatever you put out there is what's going to come back.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
And I want y'all to understand,
Mainly,
anybody that's struggling in dating, it's because of what you put out there. Like, you gotta understand, I don't know how you, like, I haven't looked at your Instagram or anything like that, but I don't know how you portray yourself. I don't know how you act. I could tell by just the conversation that we've been having. I could tell you there's at least 20 times I would have been instantly turned off, and it was just because of you saying, "Oh, I like my guy friend." Like, it's very basic things, but you have such a hard stance behind them, and you're so like, "Oh yeah, this is perfect," and it's like, no, baby girl, it's not. Like, and most guys would not be okay with it. I also want to have a life.
You know? Like, for me, my perfect guy will want to have hobbies, will want to have a life, and me too.
Well, like,
so
the
it's
thing
just kind of like, and if they're not okay with that, then honestly, they just kind of sound like a wuss.
See, this is what's crazy though. Like, I have a young girlfriend that's around y'all's age. Okay, like she just turned 24. I'm 32. We don't have some crazy life where we're going and doing stuff all the time. Like, there's certain women at a young age that they already have they already know what they want. They know exactly what they want. They're going to do whatever it takes to get to that point. It's like, she wants a family kid, so she's going to do whatever it takes to get to those points. Now, I wanted to actually ask y'all that. Is it even in y'all's goal to want to be married and have kids?
Oh, yes, 100%.
Yes,
okay.
But I'm 21.
Because a lot of the shit I say doesn't even matter if you're dating.
No.
Yes. So, oh my God, I'm going to have so many effing babies. I'm so excited. Whenever I actually have the money to have a full family, like,
I'm saving up to buy a house right now.
So if y'all want that though, I gotta ask though, like really quick, who's the gatekeeper relationship?
Guys just don't want that right now.
But no, who's the gatekeeper relationship? It's simple.
Men.
Yeah, and who puts the ring on your finger? Man.
Men. Yeah.
Okay, so doesn't that mean, if we really think about this for a second, you have to act a certain way to be able to get the relationship?
Oh yeah,
because
that's why,
because what is the guy? Because who's the gatekeeper of sex? You?
Yeah.
So what does that mean? That the guy has to act a certain way to get the sex.
Yeah.
So you have to act a certain way to get the ring or to get the relationship. So a lot of y'all reap what you sow.
I will say,
you know,
right now, like, I'm happy being single. I'm learning, like, I'm figuring out who I am on my own before I get into that relationship. So I'm not like constantly like leaning on him or anything like that, because I hate being like,
he's not my therapist.
Yeah, a puppy dog, a clinger, whatever.
Yeah.
So like, when I go out to the bars, I'm wearing a big baggy t-shirt, maybe some shorts, and then like some shoes. No makeup. I barely wear makeup. I'm maybe a little bit mascara, whatever.
I gave her some in the car.
Yeah, she was like, here's some makeup, put some on. So
I
was like, okay.
Say that. I said, if you want it, I have it.
And it was in my lap. It was in my lap, so it was in my lap.
I said you looked beautiful before it, so suck it. But
I don't want a relationship right now. So what I'm putting out is I'm look like a hobo.
I
Yeah.
just like to look cute. I love making my little outfits. I get so excited, but I honestly, like, whenever girls compliment me on it, I get so excited. But if a guy
Oh, yeah.
does, I, like, really don't care. Unless it's, like, about the things I make, and if they're like, yo, that's sick as fuck, I'm like, thank you. But if they're like, damn, that dress hugs you tight, and I'm like, you're gross.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
like,
Bye.
like, you
It's
really,
a-
like, you didn't process that before you said it? That's sad.
Yeah, like the biggest thing, I just really want y'all to walk away from this tonight with one thing, and that's just that relationships take sacrifice.
Oh yeah, no,
And
for
like,
sure.
and so like, and like, I just want, you know, and y'all all said that like y'all would stop doing certain things if you've met like the right guy and stuff like that. But I just want y'all to understand it's in every aspect. The reason why guys really give a fuck about loyalty and are really insecure, as we call, because like, you know, going out dancing, like being around men,
Yeah.
the guy friend stuff. I need to like break down, because y'all look at everything from like a woman's perspective, which is normal. I wouldn't expect y'all to be able to empathize with a guy because you've never been a man. But I'll tell y'all as a guy, the reason why we really give a fuck about loyalty and sexual loyalty and those type of things is because just like for thousands of years, y'all needed a provider, or else, like, say like y'all didn't have a provider 5,000 years ago, and
Well,
you
we
got
didn't
and you
have
got knocked up.
rights.
Well, no, I'm just saying in general. Just listen for a second. If it was 5,000 years ago,
You'd
whenever
burn all
we're
the
living in the
trees.
fucking wilderness, and some fucking Chad Thundercock just fucked you and put a baby in you and then ran away because there was no birth control, there was no fucking way to tell the babies whose it was or anything. If he did that to you, what happened to you? And you would probably die because
Yeah.
you needed a provider to help you take care of your family and your baby and yourself. It's very dangerous back then having a child compared to right now.
Yeah,
Like
right
remember,
now you're
you
able
need to
to,
think
yeah.
about how much privilege we live in America
Oh,
here today.
absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
but hold on,
there's also-
hold on.
oh, sorry,
I need
I'll
to
just-
finish the point. Yeah,
go
hold on.
on.
I know you're ADD.
Sorry.
But but the thing is, okay, just like that, we also got to understand that for guys, for thousands of years, we couldn't tell if the baby was ours. There was no fucking way of telling. Like, I could not tell if I fucked my girl and then I ran off to go get wood or to go away for 2 days hunting a fucking saber-toothed tiger or some shit. If I came back, there was no way of telling if that baby and my wife was mine or not. So that's why sexual loyalty, that you want to know why guys get so crazy about their girls being around other men or any of these things. It's called mate guarding. And mate guarding isn't just for relationships. Mate guarding, fathers mate guard their daughters, because even a girl getting raped at fucking 5, 10, 12 ruins their life. The trauma that happens from that can
Yep.
make them hypersexual, can make them have a whole new mindset for the rest of their life. So we mate guard. Men are supposed to mate guard women, period. It doesn't matter. Like, the reason why society's fucked up today is because we get onto guys for protecting when we need guys to protect more.
Yeah.
But we
Oh,
actually shame
100%.
guys for wanting to be protectors, if anything.
Yeah.
But in reality, we need more protectors now than ever. And so when a guy is just being protective and he's just mate guarding and he's being jealous, these are all natural things that have been on for women are naturally jealous too. But the reason why is because if he cheats and then he like the reason why y'all like that beta bucks guy that you make wait 2 or 3 months to have a kid with and have a family with stuff is because if you chose Chad Thundercock and you had a child with him and you got married to him and stuff like that, what happens if 1 year into a relationship he cheats and he runs off with that woman?
Like a Nick
You're
Cannon moment?
yes. But your provisioning is gone then. So y'all are jealous
Yeah.
because I don't want my man talking to these other hoes, because what if he runs off with her and I lose my investment that I've had for years with him?
I hate
Y'all,
saying it.
but that's, I just want y'all to understand we are complete opposites, and we have
Oh, yeah,
natural. We can change the software as much as we want, but the hardware is always going to be here. Like, feminism really tries to push that it's all software and it's a blank slate and men and women are exactly the same, and that's not true at all.
Yeah.
Even the church is pushing that shit
No,
now.
agreed. Honestly, so I wouldn't say that, like, I'm a feminist these days. I'm like, just a general basis, hey, equality. I don't like the pink tax. Just like, yo, don't be a piece of shit to women.
Just no
voting,
pink tax.
woo. But like, at the end of the day, I know a dude can beat me up. I know most majority of men can rock the hell out of my shit, and I'm not stupid.
Shut up,
But-
bitch!
But it's like, but also there are certain aspects where I do have hope in men and being loyal. Because honestly, if I'm married to someone and he dips on me for some other bimbo, okay, then it sucks that it happened. I wish it started sooner. Like, because then I wouldn't have had to be married to you and loyal to you the entire time. Because I'm a loyal ass mother effer. I don't
Oh.
hang out with dudes at my house.
I know y'all are loyal.
Yeah, I don't.
I know women are very hyper loyal.
Yeah.
It's very, actually, once again, hardwired into you to want to be loyal, because women want the best quality you can and men want quantity. And the reason why is because I've asked this question multiple times on this panel. I asked women, do y'all have a roster? And there's been quite a few women that be like, yeah, I got a roster. And I always ask them,
They're
okay,
different.
yeah. I always ask. So, like, for your roster, how many guys, are you fucking? They're like, oh, I fuck one. And it's like, okay, what are the other guys there for? I go out to dinner with this guy. this guy takes me on vacations. You know, like that's how their roster is. Because
I
if
feel
y'all
like that's,
can,
like, cheating.
if y'all can, you would have it all on one guy if you could. But since it's easy to get the
Yeah.
alpha to
Yeah,
fuck,
I can't-
and it's easy to get the resources from the other guys, a guy to text, a guy to call, a guy to
Oh,
take you on
gross.
trips.
I will
Wait,
say
I thought
I
that's
do not
cheating.
believe in rosters.
No, that's
I
stupid.
think
But
you should.
I just wanted y'all to understand
Agreed.
a guy
Yeah,
though
agreed.
has a
No,
roster
no,
of
no.
5 women. He
Yeah.
fucks all of them
Fully agree.
because we want quantity and y'all want quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could have it all in one, you would.
Yeah, but
And
like women who have rosters and like they're doing it so they can like, oh, I'm big and bad. Like I have so many guys on my phone. Yada yada yada. I don't know which one to pick. They're trying to be like a pick me or like whatever type of girl they're trying to
It's
be.
not even a pick me.
It's
It's,
not-
just,
it's
it's
not
a
a pick
finesse.
me,
It's a
but, like,
finesser. Those,
yeah.
like any woman that's
Yeah.
like that is usually a stripper, or usually a girl that works in some type of industry where she meets a lot of guys, and she's just finessing. She has the guy that she loves to get dick down that would never take her seriously because he knows she's a slut.
Yeah.
And then she has a bunch of fucking simp beta cucks that will buy her bags or do whatever because there's millions of guys that are simps today. Like y'all have no idea how hard it is for y'all just because of the amount of simps saying stupid shit daily. And
yeah.
to me, simping is just giving out your money, energy, attention, and time that's unequal. And it's always unequal. Think about how many guys y'all could finesse right now for a dinner, a bag, or anything like that, and he would expect nothing in return. That's a fucking simp.
I
There's
could
tons of them.
I could easily do that, but
more
I
of just
don't-
a nice guy not wanting you for only your
No,
body.
this is one of my favorite things to
But-
debate
Yeah.
because women always think simps is just like,
Well,
oh,
no,
simp is
I-
a good thing. Being a nice guy is a good thing, but
I-
being a simp is
Well,
not a good
yeah,
thing.
there's a
I-
difference. Don't be a doormat. You know, but
And I would actually argue that y'all don't like nice guys unless he's hot, unless he's like a
No,
fucking,
no, I-
unless he's a nice guy.
Um,
No, because there's plenty of fucking loser dudes
Both.
that are nice guys, and they'll come up to you and they'll do all types of stuff that you say you want, but because he's ugly or because he's short or because he's a loser, it's not what you want. It's not the
Love
right.
short kings.
Because there's a difference on the niceness. There's like an actual nice guy or a guy that says he's a nice guy. Whenever they like, and it's such an ick for all women. Anytime you hear a man say, "I'm a nice guy," run for the fucking hills because because you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
but
my
I'm a
ex.
nice guy. Why don't you want to sleep with me? I'm a nice guy." Like you shouldn't have to tell me you're a nice guy.
Oh,
If you're
yeah.
a nice guy, let me see it in your actions.
Oh yeah, it's
So like
definitely.
it's one of those differences. So whenever it's a nice guy where it's so bombarding, I know it's fake. That's one thing. But like a genuine nice guy, I love it. Like if you'll actually just have a conversation with me, then like a normal person.
Sorry,
that
I want to
puts
be
you in
able
so many
to
people.
roast you and you be able to hold your ground and roast me back because I don't care. It takes a lot to
Yeah.
get my feelings hurt.
Uh-huh.
I grew up in the
I'm
country.
medium.
Don't care.
Oh yeah, I
go down.
I could tell you're just like some of my family because I grew up in the country also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's just about always taking accountability. Like whenever you grow up in the country or anything like that, you can't make excuses for shit.
Oh
It's just
no,
like,
you
what the
cannot.
fuck
You
is
have
going
to
on, yeah.
own up to it.
Everything.
And so that's why I'm really honest in all of my relationships, which might be a flaw, but I truly believe-
it is a flaw, but like I said, it's just because guys don't like experience.
Well,
so
yeah.
like, if you the biggest thing, like I keep telling you, is like if you find the right guy, just be prepared to be a different person, which y'all already are. As long as you're prepared to like completely act like a whole different woman and like chameleon like a motherfucker, y'all be fine.
Thank you, Baton, for the $5.
Yeah,
That
being
was funny.
cheap.
Hi.
Thank you for the 5 being Cheeks. I'm never going to claim to be a nice guy. What's up, everyone? Hey, Cheeks is going to be on the show next Friday, guys. So yeah, everybody come pull up because he's flying all the way out here just to come on the show.
Hey, yo.
You better wear your bow tie, bro. I'm serious. If you don't wear the bow tie,
Oh, look
then-
how spiffy.
Yeah, we're gonna have
It's
we're gonna have.
spiffy.
Some Oh, Michael, I'll be on panel next week. Oh yeah,
Yep.
yep. So
Okay.
ladies, fuck, I keep forgetting
I
this
know,
one.
we jumped around.
Yeah, no.
We're going all over the
Well,
place.
it's like there's a lot of
It's our
like really
ADHD coming together.
There's just a lot of really good subjects here because y'all are my perfect enemy. When
I'm
it-
so
I'm
honored.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
That's
just
good.
I love this.
so like when it comes to Christianity and stuff, you know, like are y'all trying to find a guy that's like a man of God? I guess you could say. Does it matter at all? Not really.
Honestly,
I've dated a few atheists.
Yes. Well, that's you.
Well, I didn't.
I
know,
would like
but-
someone who believes in something. It doesn't have to be my same religion or anything. If they believe in something that's greater than us, greater than. Yeah, sure, yeah. But like, I don't want to start a relationship with someone who doesn't, think, hey, this has been planned out. Like someone has like wanted us to meet for a certain reason, regardless if that's going to be us being together for the rest of our lives or us learning a lesson. I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. I going to church and all that stuff. I was on a worship team. Like you don't have to necessarily go to church every single day or all that stuff. As long as you believe in it, that's fine.
Yeah, for me, I'm non-denominational Christian, so it's very a chill Christian. I'm basically
Yeah,
like,
I'm
don't be,
non-denominational.
just
Yeah,
like
that's
don't. For
all three
me,
of
it's
us.
really just like don't be a piece of shit.
Hey, that's
Love
sexist
thy
right there.
neighbor. Don't judge others. Like for me, I was like, dang, the church is honestly like it's a really stuck-up, judgmental place, and I hate that because for me, I'm like, let's make a church called Church Topic, where it's emo, where you headbang to Flyleaf and Sether and shit like that, and y'all rock out. You get that shit out of your body. We have a nice sermon, nice slow song at the end. I feel like it would be a much nicer
I
place.
feel
So
like
if
a lot
I
of
had a
people would
guy,
fuck with
I got
that.
a little off-topic question for you, actually, that I've been thinking about a lot lately. Because like I used to be very involved in the church when I was young. When I was like 12 to 15, I was hyper involved with a non-denominational church.
Yeah.
And when I was going there, and I was really serious, you know, like people speak in tongues, like you worship, like you do, like, you
All
know,
that
hands
stuff.
in the air and all that stuff. And like the thing is, I found something really weird. Because like I totally went against all that and like became an atheist when I was like 15, 16. And then like I started going to raves when I was like 18, 19 years old. And I found something really weird, like, and then I was also going to concerts for like screamo music around the same time also. And I found something really different between the three different things is that the feeling of like, I don't know, the feeling in the air,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like the spirituality
It's
of it,
so
it's so
loving.
similar in all of it. Like to me, I was worshiping God doing all three of those things.
Yeah.
Like I know that, like, you know, in
It's
the
because you're
church is the only real
believing
way of
in
doing.
something.
Yes,
Yeah.
and like and I get in a lot of debates with people online because I'm a very like secular Christian, as I call myself, which is pretty you know,
Hey,
opposite
you're
of each
straight
other.
up with it. That's
And
good.
but it's because like, yeah, I preach a lot of Christian things on here. Like I talk about a lot of verses because there's perfect scripts on like how to have relationships in the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll go back to those to like give good prescriptions to people. But yeah, it really bothers me when people don't understand that. Like, I don't know, I kind of see religions as everything. Like, I'm mostly Christian. I'm very much, I think Jesus is like the king of all of it.
Yeah.
And like, if I had to debate all of them, I will destroy anybody, and that Jesus is the one. But like at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and like act like I'm the greatest Christian of all time, or that like I'm going to you know, act like hyper Christ like or anything, because like to be Christ like is the best thing that I can do. But it's like being open to everything is the best. Like I looked into Hinduism when I was growing up, Buddhism, you know, like when I went through my atheism phase, like I went through the agnostic thing where you kind of look up everything.
Yeah.
You kind of just get into all of it. And it's like the more you read about Joseph Campbell and just like even science, like if you look at Carl Sagan, what he talks about and stuff, even Joseph Caron, like the comedian, like they talk about bringing everything together as like a one thing. And like that's what I truly believe in. I think the world's so fucked up because we see religion and we see
kinda
spirituality
segregate
as
it.
all separate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like I see science, nature, God, that's all the same thing to me.
I was
It's
gonna
it's
say
the
like
same.
everything comes from like saying different religions and different like ways of thinking and all that stuff. It comes from something.
Yeah, something
So
deeper.
it's deeper, and also like it starts with one thing and then it branches off because word of mouth, like everything gets all scrambled. Like how if I were to sit here and tell Kaylee something and then she would go and tell other people and it would get back to you.
Telephone.
Yeah, it's very much that. And like that's the same thing with like religion and all that stuff. So as long as you believe in something, you're not right or wrong. It's you're feeling it. Yeah, like you have something to like be like, hey, I need help, but I can't ask anyone here because they're not going to help me. I need to reach out higher.
Yeah. One of my things that I used to say whenever, because in high school I was like, I want a Christian man. I was very, very strict on it. Then I dated a raging atheist, which that was an interesting decision. No, oh yeah, he called me the R word because I don't want to be offensive. That for being a Christian, and then I dumped him at prom. Like right after that, I was like, all right, bye. Yeah, but I used to say like it's me and my person, and we're a triangle, and up here is God, and our goal is to work our way up there. And if you're lagging, hey, I'll try to help you out up there.
Push each other.
So like that mindset, don't get me wrong, I would really like that because I would like my kids to be able to go to the church, feel like they have a safe space to talk to someone.
Fuck them kids.
But also I want to make sure it's like it's not. So I went to one church, I won't name drop it, but we showed up in our volleyball uniforms right after a tournament. We drove straight there. We sat in the back though because we know it's not the most appropriate thing ever. We sat in the back and then we left and disappeared, and this lady caught us at the door saying how we were being super provocative and horrible, and they wrote fake suicide notes and sent it to my family and saying it was me and my friend. And that made me, and I was literally a youth minister there at the time, and I was like, there's no effing way this just happened.
It's an evil world we live in.
Yeah, and so whenever stuff out of pocket like that happens, I understand why it kind of strays people, which is whenever I started like kind of understanding why not many people are religious and whatnot. But I would still like to find a place for my future kids to have that safe zone, and honestly me and my husband to have that kind of safe place. But also like it depends if we can actually find a church to fit us like a home that's not going to be super manipulative or convincing us that we're all depressed every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
and
The
stuff like
reason
that,
why I was
you know?
asking is because y'all really need to find a guy that follows God, because
yeah.
it says
that's the
you
goal.
find a guy that follows God and you follow him, and like
Yeah.
that. I wanted to bring up, like, I know you're a feminist, so I wanted to bring up equality, like really quick. Do you think that men and women are equal or can be equal? Like, can you do you think that like what feminism is shooting for, which is equality in society? Do you think that is even a possibility? Start with you.
And
So with like the percentage is wise, I don't think it would never be 100% 50-50. Just because scientifically men are more built, they're a little bit better at, like, I can tell you I'm overheating sitting here. I'm not made for outdoor work whatsoever. I'm allergic to grass. I could not mow lawns. I can't do any of that shit. My husband got it in the bag. But I know he probably hates grocery shopping and cleaning windows. So I got you. There's definitely differences on that, but also I've met some women that they're such a man. Oh my god. And I respect it. Like my homegirl Taylor, she'll just be like, hey, let's go do pesticides and weed whacking. And I'm like, you have fun with that. Like, I'm good, So I think in certain things, but like whenever it comes to sports with the swimming situation and like trans men being in that infuriates me. Whenever I was in volleyball, we had one game to win before the final one to see if we could go to nationals. We were 15 and we were playing this team, and they had a male as their middle hitter who was 6'3". He was 14, so they were like, "Oh well, he's younger, so his testosterone doesn't match up." Blah blah blah. He was just cramming the ball in our faces as these little 15-year-olds, and we're like, "This is not fair whatsoever." And then after all was said and done, they did his testosterone or whatever the fuck levels. It was too high throughout the game for him to be considered as a woman player, and they still let them keep the name just because it was some guy. And I'm like, how? This is a women's sport. Like, I don't get me wrong, I do support the girls that go and play football because I love football. Like, I used to, go help out with QBs whenever they were gone, and I could like throw routes and shit like that. But I also know if a ginormous man tanks me, I'm dead. Like, it's just kind of a common sense ground, but that's just me personally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they can be 100% equal, like 50-50, whatever.
We're wired different.
Men, wired completely different. Like, women have strengths better. Like, we have different strengths than men do.
Y'all are good with people, and men are good with things. And we see that even as children. Like, even as a child at like 3 years old, you can see the boys like to mess with things, and women like to be social with people.
Yeah. And like, I again grew up in the country, so like I know how to do all of these like manly tasks. I know how to like change my tire, change an alternator in my car, like do my own oil. Like, I know all these things. I choose not to do it because then that's taking over someone else's space when I could be, inside the home. I could be cooking for them. I could be, doing whatever they don't want to do, because I don't want to be outside in the heat all day. I'd rather sit in my little office all day and just type on my computer.
Hey, man, perfect answers, ladies. This is what the guys like to hear.
Thanks. I honestly want my man to be the man. That's why, like, that alpha beta thing, I'm kind of like, ugh, because, like, you can be a sensitive guy, but still, like, own your shit. You know what I mean? And so for me, I
would say guys do own, like guys are sensitive. It's just, once again, like, it's the percentage thing. Most guys are very sensitive, but the guys at the top, since they have so many options, they don't have to be sensitive to you. They can be sensitive to another girl. And so usually when you're getting not sensitive from a guy, that's why.
Yeah, and so whenever it comes down to the relationship with the work being a factor, back in the olden days, the girls did all cooking, cleaning, taking care of kids, because only the men needed to work to maintain the household. But right now in this economy, I'm sorry, but both parties have to work. But you can't expect the mom to, like, I've seen so many of my older woman friends having divorces because the men expect them to cook, clean, take care of the kids, drive the kids to the sports, also work their job 9 to 5, get a full night's of sleep, take care of the baby, and get up every single night. Well, he just sits on his ass watching TV because he's tired from work.
So
I'm not saying that's everybody.
I want to know, like,
but there should be split.
I hear that point all the time, but I always got to ask this: whose fault is that?
Well, like
the
if
fact
you
that situation happened,
ask the man to step up and then they don't,
I will
that's
say
why the divorce leads up.
A relationship is 50-50. That means household chores. The house isn't completely our house. It is our house. So, like, come up with certain things that you do around the house and I do around the house. Come up with days that you take care of the kids and take them to sports or take them to school activities and stuff like that.
Well, like,
and I'll cover the rest of the days.
It goes back to what I was asking, though, because this is an argument I hear all the time, okay? And the problem is that it's the woman's fault for choosing that guy, because she could have.
No.
Yes. I'll explain to you why. I'll explain to you why. Y'all do not have the ability to discern men. You've never had the ability for thousands of years. Your fathers always helped y'all. You always had men in your family helping you. It's only the past 20, 30, 50 years where we don't have men helping women discern. And when y'all discern on your fucking own, you can't tell a bum, you can't tell a guy who's gonna fucking lie and cheat. Like, I've told y'all this. Men lie. And the reason why for thousands of years your father helped you discern and help you pick that guy was because he could fucking read a man like that.
Yeah.
Men read men very well. Y'all don't.
I
y'all
love my dad, but he's so bad at it. Oh my
yeah.
God. I love
See,
my
like
dad,
like
but
women fall in love with their
holy
ears and men fall in love with their eyes. That's why y'all wear makeup and men lie. Okay.
Mhm.
So if those women that end up in those relationships, I always have to explain to them, it's your fault for choosing that guy. You should have chose extremely wisely, because that's how this shit works today. You got to choose extremely wisely. And on top of that, because of like how society is and stuff, how they're telling like everything to be equal and all these things, bro, it's mostly the women's society that are pushing this agenda like this. Like, be mad at the other women that are making men, like, all that shit. When you tell men all that type of stuff, it makes them fucking lazy bums.
Yeah.
Like you can't sit there and keep telling men it's equal and this. No, we need to tell men, y'all are fucking, you are the head of the house. You need to step it the fuck up. You need to be doing more. And then also I need to bring it back to something else. My girl works all the fucking time, okay? Like, I'm not saying like job wise, but just around the house, just doing stuff.
Well,
She does a lot. And I had to explain this to my friends the other day. I explained this to the girls too on the Friday show too. If I looked at like a perfect diagram to see who worked more, like physical labor, like did more stuff, it would definitely probably be my girl on a probably 60 to 70% basis. But since I've learned how to make more money per hour, I provide for more things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was explaining to the girls on the Friday show when I was sitting in that room with them, I was like, look, most of y'all would complain heavily about being in this situation. Y'all would heavily be like, this is fucking unfair. This is, and all this stuff. And then on top of that, I explained to them, I was like, also, we're not going on a bunch of vacations. We also don't go out to dinner every week or every 2 weeks or every month.
That's not
We all,
realistic.
yeah. So because we have a whole different relationship, we are very, very frugal. We're not like other people at
Yeah.
all. So when I brought that up to them, it's like, could y'all ever be in something like that? And most women, I would say, would never accept the dynamic that I have. But in reality, it's a dynamic that works.
I think that dynamic is probably one of the best dynamics, because you're looking at it and you're acknowledging her work. I think right now, like, people in relationships, the guys that they're like picking or whatever, or like they're like choosing, they're choosing wrong, because they're not acknowledging all the work that you do at home for, like, not only for yourself or like them, like for the couple in the situation, like they're being like, oh, you just did like that, whatever. I did this and I'm whatever.
Yeah, and like if my guy was able to make enough money to like provide for us, and he's the only one working, I'll gladly do all that house stuff. I'll gladly take care of everything else, because like that's what I'm still gonna ask him to do the yard. I'm not gonna lie. Or we can hire someone. If he's got the money, we got the money.
Yeah, that money solves all problems.
But if we're both working, it's like, hey, dude, I need to sleep in my life, and I personally believe in not living with who you're going to marry before, because in my mind, that's like the major step for marriage, is moving in and like having that whole experience together. Because you're going to be living together. You got a lot of years living together. And if you just get rid of all the experiences, all the new things, all the fresh things instantly, you're kind of screwed. But also, if you do live together and he is cleaning up the house, doing his part, being super respectful, to where you think, oh, he would be a great guy to marry because he's doing all this stuff now, and then he switches up right after the kids come, you can't blame the girl for that. That's the guy for switching up and turning into a piece of crap because he thinks, oh, well, my woman let go a little bit. She shoved a human child out of her. Like, I see men take a dump and they start waddling because they were sitting there for an hour.
And this is
Imagine
what happens.
shitting a human out of you.
Well,
like,
they
I need
always
some recover time.
They always blame each other, though. Like, I mean, I don't think a guy should sit there and tell the woman she needs to recover in 3 months, but they always do end up blaming each other. And low key, women do like you can't expect your man to still want to do certain things and be attracted to you if you lose yourself. And like, I'm not saying within 3 months she needs to fucking, but like after a year or two, if she's overweight or something, or she's gaining more weight, it's like, okay, well, like, I'm pissed. I'm not sitting here giving him an excuse either to act like a bum though either. Like, but the biggest thing is, I swear you can tell a guy who's that type of guy, who's like going to like put all the pressure on you, and a guy that's like going to try to become the best provider possible. So if there is a lot of pressure on you, it's not the financial. It's like a lot of the other shit.
Question: if you start getting overweight, do you think it's okay for your girlfriend to go off and go fuck someone else? Could you get
not fuck somebody else, but definitely tell me. Tell me and be like, you need to fix this or else. Like, give me an ultimatum. of course, yes, you can give me an ultimatum.
Yeah, so that's definitely a reasonable standpoint. My main thing is like also if you want to date someone fit, date someone that goes to the gym, that has hobbies and those kinds of
I
expertise.
agree with you. I
So
tell
it's good
people
that you
like
agree
same
with all
thing.
of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You need to like date within like if you're with a Jimmy, you need a Jimmy.
Mhm.
But I had you brought something up that's very similar to this. Would you wait? What did you just bring up?
The gym.
You need to be with a
no.
gym guy.
You brought up something completely different.
I tend to do that. Let's see. We talked about. The
no,
working
cheating.
with
No,
the-
cheating. No. This is different. I want to know. So, like, you just said, like, would I, break up with, or would I be okay with her going to somebody else just because she didn't go to gym? If a woman is withholding sex from her husband, can he go cheat?
Just break up with her. If you want to go fuck.
Divorce
said-
somebody?
he said
Go through a whole
husband
divorce
and
because divorce
Well, I
just
say,
because
first
she's
off, talk to her. First, I'll talk to her and be like, "Hey, here's where I'm at.
negotiate.
I need some
desire.
action." Well, because these days, open. Okay, I don't personally agree with this. I like monogamous relationships, but a lot of people do open relationships these days. So if anything, if you want that to be your step, talk about it. Cool. But if at
I'm
the
gonna
end
tell
of the
you
day,
right now, that's never okay.
See,
like
no,
ever okay.
no.
I don't care if it's
I
accepted
personally
today.
hate it, but
I'm
I'm
just
just saying for other people.
I'm just saying, for everybody
But-
watching, it's never fucking okay, guys.
No.
Don't ever fucking
if you
do it.
love them,
You're
then
literally.
you love
It's,
them.
You don't-
gotta
you
understand.
don't wanna
What you
share
just
them.
said.
Destiny.
What you just said. Open relationships don't work on the guy's side.
No.
No, they
At
don't
all.
work. They
Like,
don't.
at
I
all.
think
Sharing.
they're so stupid,
You are
in my
sharing,
opinion.
and it's
No, and a woman.
Cool,
Like,
that's
hold on.
not a
Do
relationship.
y'all think that?
But also, if you're
Like-
going to go off and fuck someone just because your wife
Here,
doesn't want to
hold on.
fuck you,
I-
that just makes it like
Yeah, I
cheating.
just
At least make it open.
I just want to ask you though now, really,
What?
really quick. If she's withholding sex, is it okay for him to cheat?
I
Yes or no?
will say this: I would want if I was withholding sex from my husband or boyfriend, whoever, whatever it is. I would want them to like be like, "Yo, we haven't done it in a while. Can we please do it? Whatever."
You
like,
shouldn't even
kind
be
of talk to.
withholding it though.
Kind of. Well, I like because
Well,
I know
why are they
my
withholding it
life
in the
gets
first
so
place?
busy where it's like I just kind of like just go to bed and I kind of forget about it. But then there's other times where I'm like, oh, I really want it, and like I'm doing it all the time.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna.
So it's like all over the place. But
yeah,
I'm
like,
kind
if
of
he
like,
initiates it, cool.
yeah, I don't initiate anything. I try to like
Mhm.
if I'm in a relationship, I will like kind of give him the hint. But like if he doesn't want to do it, that's fine.
Mhm.
But I would rather him initiate it and make sure he's okay with it and he wants to do it, and obviously me be in the right mindset and like being able
Yeah,
wanting to do
yeah.
it.
No, okay, so
So it's really
But
just it
if
comes
he
down
does-
to a conversation.
If
I don't
he does
think it's
cheat
right
on
to
me
cheat.
and he explains
I'm-
the reason why he cheated on me was because I was withholding, I would understand.
yeah, because
I
yeah,
would
like
divorce.
no,
I'm
no,
not gonna lie.
I would
need you-
understand, and I would probably try to
I-
either fix
I-
it or I would
if he
just
didn't
leave.
talk to me first, I would divorce. If he talked to me first, and then I was like, "No, I don't want to fuck you," like, and that was a continuous thing, then okay, because that's
And I
on
want you to
me.
understand what you just described happens all the
Yep.
fucking
Yeah,
time. What
in
you
that
just said
aspect.
always happens, and
Mhm.
women,
Yeah.
and it's just like they're literally hanging a carrot, saying, "Go, I'm not fucking you. You need to go cheat." And women will do that to literally destroy marriages, like divorces.
Yeah.
Like they low key want the shit to end, so they will fucking taunt the shit to make it happen. Like remember what I was saying? Y'all are covert, not overt.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sit there. And I got here's the thing though. I gotta ask: is it the same if you go and fuck another guy?
Mhm.
Say like you've been married for 5 years, okay, and you go fuck another dude, cheat. Is it the same if you do it as if he does it? Is everything the same? Like is the
People-
emotions, is everything the same?
people
No, it's not.
want to say that it's different, but I think it depends on the person because you don't know how emotionally attached
Well, the
certain girls
exceptions-
get, how
the
emotional
exceptions
certain
are
guys get. Because I've had guys, holy shit,
I'm
they turn
different.
bonkers. They're like, I'm in love with you, I'm in love with you. But then like, there's some guys that are just like more chill. So like
No,
depends
so
on
so
the
I
person, but
so
there's definitely the difference between.
so I'll
genders,
explain
if
to
you
you
wanna-
when it's on.
I'm differing from you.
Yeah, well,
So sorry,
I agree
but
with the
no.
mainstream, but everyone's different. You know
I
what
will say like if a guy goes and cheats on you, like that's different. He's looking with his
meaningless.
eyes. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything emotionally or anything like that.
Yeah.
If a woman goes and cheats on you, she sought after him. She was looking into him. She knows him.
Yeah, I
She
agree.
emotionally got involved. Before any girl hooks up with any guy, he has to talk up game.
Yeah, that's valid. Yeah.
Yeah. So if your woman cheats, she doesn't love you. If your man cheats,
It
it's
doesn't-
like taking
I
a
don't think
piss
he
and
does.
he
If
can come back.
you
It's
cheat,
not the
you
same.
don't
It
love the
doesn't
person.
necessarily say that she doesn't love you. It's saying
She
that
doesn't respect you, and respect is love to a man, though.
Yes and
No,
no.
it is. The
It's-
Bible literally says respect
Yes,
is love
yes,
for a man.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Women are to love their husbands, and men are to, or women are to respect their husbands, and men are
But I'm
to love their
saying
wife.
like you don't like you can still love them, But to a certain point where it's like they start doing some stuff and you're like, oh, I'm falling out of love with them, but I still do truly care about them and I do truly love them. But I love this guy a little bit more. It's not that, oh, hey, I cheated on you. I don't love you anymore, like a switch.
So let me take it back to I don't think y'all can fucking love anyways. Women don't unconditional love. Y'all show love through respect.
Yeah.
I don't think that women love. It's not a thing. Like, don't get me wrong. We can say, oh, I'm in love with you. I love you and all this stuff. But in reality, what I'm saying is that feeling though isn't that
it dwindles.
It not only does it dwindle, but it's also it's swiftly or it can disappear very easily.
That's why there's the honeymoon phase and then argument and stuff like that.
But the reason why, once again, the reason why you show respect as love to a man is because that's what we perceive love as, is respect. Yeah. Like when you show respect to me, that's how I know that you love me. It's not based off of you being like, oh, I love you so much. That's what the man does to the woman. Like, we have to do that to y'all, and y'all show us respect.
Kind of see it the other way.
This is literally like, well, no, you need to go read
like,
2
just
Corinthians.
Like partially, just like, well, no, agreed. Like, totally agree with your statement. Men respect everything, correct? Yes, but for me, like, for the incapable of feeling love kind of statement, like whenever I did the really big man or whatever,
the unconditional thing.
I thought he was the most adorable person. I got flutters in my heart every time I saw him. Like, over
I don't think that you can be infatuated with somebody. I never said that. I never said that you can't be infatuated. I'm saying, like, trust me, I know love is fleeting because you're not with any people from the past. If love was so strong and so real, look at how many guys off themselves because of love. Look at how many guys are I know you've had that guy that was fucking crazy and like really like, I'm so in love with you, please don't break up, like he did that crazy shit. Guys really love unconditionally. Women do not. Women love children and pets unconditionally. You don't love men. You're not built to. And but it's okay. Once again, like, I'm not saying this to shame women. It's an okay thing. It's a biological feature. It's not a bug. It's a feature. And the reason why it's a feature is because for thousands of years, like, say like war was going on, or like somebody came in and chopped my fucking head off in our hut and fucking and the warrior was gonna take you and be your war bride. You had to get over me very quickly, dying, and then run off with him, or you were going to die. Yeah. No, so like women are wired like completely different. And I had to bring up like the cheating thing, or not cheating thing. This is one of my favorite things I like to ask. Who's the prize, men or women? Who do you think is the prize, men or women? Both. What do you think? If you had to choose one, and we're saying emotionally you are equal, but in a physical realm.
Well, prize in what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, in a physical way.
It's like a king and queen thing, not a queen and joker thing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. On an emotional level, on a love level, on all those things, like, he's gonna respect you, and you're gonna love him equally. Like, that's all equal. But I'm saying on a physical bound basis, like just looking at men, looking at women, which one is considered more the prize in society?
Due to the trophy aspect
of trophy wife,
yeah, well, like the trophy wife aspect, due to the girls being more subjected to have that type of view, it makes me say woman, because it is like,
you've heard it 1,000 times.
What you're supposed to do is take care of your girl, you know what I mean? But also like take care of your guy. But primarily,
but what do you hear all the time?
You hear trophy wife, like all this other stuff. Like
happy wife, happy life.
Yes, but in all honesty, I kind of lean more towards the guy is more of the prize, because they're harder to get a hold of in a relationship. They're harder to hold down. Like, because you have to, be like, hey, I know you have all these other prospects, but like, I'm the one that is providing the most. Yeah. But I want you, and I can give you all these things. Like, yeah, we can provide a whole bunch of stuff for this guy, but so can so many other women.
I see it more the other way, because girls tend to have more options than men do.
Well, yeah,
I have that same thought process. True, but that's why it's like.
But because guys have so many other options.
Yeah, but girls got options out their ass. You know what I mean?
What's the percentage different in population between men and women in America?
Women are higher and men are lower.
What is it? Tell me.
I don't know the statistic.
But just guess. I like to ask women. Can you just guess?
I think it's like. No, not that.
Just guess.
I think it's like 60-40.
I wouldn't.
Or like 55-45.
What do you think?
I was thinking the same number.
Like it's
almost more drastic and we're done.
Equal, but like it's not at the same time.
I'm so proud of y'all.
Yes, you are.
A lot of women have been telling me lately 80% women, 20% men.
Oh, are you joking?
Are you effing out of your mind?
You're joking.
Last week we had like 4 or 5 girls say 70-30, which is still pretty extreme.
See, no, because I was thinking 75-25, and I was like, that's completely wrong. Because I was thinking
it's only 3% different. It's only 53 and 47.
Yeah, well, no, because I was thinking thinking quarters. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, because I can't do math
It's not
in
that
my
bad,
head,
but,
even though I'm
but
a counselor.
basically, the reason why I've been asking the ladies this is because sometimes when they say that extreme number, they're like, oh, the reason why I can't find a man is because there's so few of them. There's only 20% of
No,
them.
you're just looking in the wrong
You're
spot.
looking
I know,
at
exactly.
go somewhere other than
Exactly.
a club.
Well, I
Hey,
had to ask
Patrick
that
Star
because we
lives
were
under a rock, and your
we're-
future husband could
we were
live
just
there
talking
too.
about like the prize thing. I had to bring that really quick, but no, I got to bring it up. So men are prize. I'll explain to y'all why. So if we look at this first thing, if there was an island with 100 men and an island with 100 women, the one with 100 men had one woman, and the one with 100 women had one man. Which one is going to repopulate first in 10
100
years?
women.
The 100 women with one
Yeah.
guy, because he can get them all pregnant.
Yep.
So who creates more life?
Man.
Man does. A man creates more life in a shorter period of time. The guy who had the most children, 888.
You
The
can't.
woman,
Yeah,
You
like,
have
yes,
to
but-
hold that baby in your womb for 9 months.
Yeah, the
and
woman
then
with
you
the most
have
kids?
to recover.
That's
Yeah.
a long ass time.
You have to
man.
recover, and then you have to breastfeed that baby for 9 months, and you don't want to be sexually active or anything like that.
Yeah, so because of that, like guys create more life. So round one, guys are the prize. I win. Ding. But yeah, all right. So round two.
But y'all
Which-
can't. Sorry, side note,
Huh?
kind of question.
What?
But you can't like make the baby.
No, I'm
No,
telling you though,
that's-
we create. But like
But
I
you
just
can,
told.
like,
Hold
have
on.
more
Hold on.
babies.
Go back to what I just said though. I said the guy with the most children had 888. The woman with the most 69.
Yeah,
It's just a math
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Guys are the prize because we create more life. There's a guy will be able to accomplish creating way more life than a woman will in her life, depending on his caliber
Yeah.
and how successful he is.
Gotcha.
So but yeah, it's just a very
It's-
simple math problem here.
Yeah.
Hold on for the next one. Who's the gatekeeper of relationships?
Men.
Guys.
Yeah.
Okay, who's gatekeeper of marriage? The
Yeah.
guy. You have to
Yeah.
act right to get the ring, so he's the prize because you have to change. You're not a prize in that situation. He is the prize for the marriage. Okay, because you have to act right to get it. Don't get me wrong. There's losers out here that will marry you, but if you don't want to marry him, it doesn't matter. If he's not that guy, it doesn't fucking matter. So in that case, once again, 2 points. The guy's the prize. Okay. Third one. Hold on. Think about this. What is needed in society today? Like, what are a lot of women? Are a lot of women masculine? What do we need constantly to build society? Do we need masculinity or femininity?
Well,
Wait,
right
to
now a
build
lot
A
of
bunch of
people,
women are acting masculine because we need
Yeah.
masculinity. We need more type A
there's-
personalities.
yeah.
Both
Because
genders
that's
are
what builds the
definitely
world.
I was about to say a lot of
They're
there's a
trying
lot
to
of
switch
intermeshing
here.
right now.
Oh yeah, but I'm
But-
asking what is needed though. What is
right-
needed?
Well, yeah,
we don't need those guys acting
you
feminine.
you
Yeah.
need
It's
to
not
be
helping
dominant
nothing.
in either your work field, or if you want something, you have to have a go get it
Well,
attitude.
I'm just asking,
Yeah.
what do we need in society? We need masculinity,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
And we need more masculine men, and it's a prize if they are masculine, correct?
Oh yeah.
So once
100%.
again,
Well,
men are the prize because when masculinity is the prize of society, we need more of it. We need men to be masculine. So it is the prize, not femininity. Femininity isn't going to fucking build everything and make the world better. But masculinity is what does all of that, what builds the world. That's what goes in and saves a dying child inside of a burning house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's masculinity, not femininity, that does all those things.
agreed. But I also have a side note. Have you ever watched The Fairly Odd Parents?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Have you ever seen the episode where Timmy wished that men and women were separate, and men had one side of the world, women had the other side, and basically went over what they thought would happen over time?
I
I'm
need to
just
watch that now
saying-
just because it would go with the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Just saying, the dudes were doing good until they got too smelly and started beating each other up and like.
Well,
Let's go
that's
off of a
that's
cartoon.
just
Yeah, well,
it is
that's
a
just a
cartoon, yes,
testosterone
agreed,
stuff
but thinking
too.
of it, and then the woman, they were doing high class society, but then they started bitching at each other. So what the thing is, so like, yes, they're both prizes in their own way, but it's them coming together, which is what makes them a prize together. If that
Oh yeah,
makes
I
sense. That's
completely
more
agree.
my
Yeah.
Here, hold on.
perspective on it.
All right, ADD
You know?
took us off course, but let me go to my fourth point
Timmy
really.
Turner.
I gotta get. Wait. What's my fourth point? I totally forgot because she
Men
threw
are
me off topic.
prizes.
Men
Nah,
are prizes.
There's the fourth one I usually say, but I can't remember it right now. But no, at the end of the day, the reason why I bring that up is obviously not all men are prize ladies. Like only a top 10% can like be these guys. But what I always bring it back, if you meet that guy, if you find one of these guys at the top 10% and he's really down for you and shit, act like he's a fucking prize. Respect him like he's a fucking prize. Even though you think you're the prize, even though you think you should be chased because there's 1,000 simps out here that are chasing you, you need to flop it and be like, you know what? I'm going to pursue him. Like my girl pursued me, honestly. I didn't sit there and pursue her. And I think that a lot of guys today that are
Really?
valuable, you have to pursue. You can't fucking sit there and wait for them to come to you because some of them have so many fucking options of women. They're only considering the ones that are coming to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I pursued.
I had to
it,
think
I'm
about
not
it for a
gonna
minute.
lie.
but
Yeah,
I
she's
do.
not scared.
No, I had to
Yeah,
think
that's
about it for
funny.
a minute because I was like, I again, I've been single for like almost a year now. Like, I haven't really done anything to like get myself out there because I don't really want that or need that.
Yeah,
right now
I
in
need
my
to bring
life.
that up actually because y'all were talking about how like y'all aren't worried about or anything. There's something called
We
the
got
wall,
time.
okay? And the wall is I don't know when the fucking wall is. It could be at 35, it could be at 40, it could be at 30.
Menopause?
No, it's just it's
Sorry,
it's,
that's what I thought
but
about.
yeah, no, it's a
That's funny.
it's a mental thing. It's a point where you're gonna realize I'm not pulling the guys like I pulled when I was 21. And like y'all are both young right now, so y'all are experiencing all this
Yeah.
abundance. But I want you to understand, it's not gonna last forever. When
Oh,
women
I
turn 18,
fully
y'all
agree.
hold on. Y'all are self-made millionaires at 18 years old, okay? Y'all have all y'all's value up front. A guy who's 18 is a loser. Unless he's captain of a football team or something, he's a loser, okay? He doesn't get his value. He's a self-made millionaire. He gets it. Y'all are trust fund babies, he's a self-made millionaire. So when he gets to 30, 35 and he gets all egotistic and a good job and shit like that, it's because he worked really hard to get up to that. When a girl's 18 years old and she's an egotistic little shit that's flying all over the place, it's because she got all of her value. She's a trust fund baby and she's blowing her money right then up front. And the thing is, if y'all have to invest, put that investment into a good guy when you're young, because you're not going to have the same options when you're 30. So like y'all are like, oh, I got time, and I would agree, especially you're very young, 19. You got time, but
I'm
at the
getting
same
close.
time, I'm telling you, you're not going to have the same options. And then on top of that,
Well, yeah.
and then
Yeah,
on top
I
of that, you gotta understand everything that makes you beautiful or wifeable is your experience. Experience
yeah.
destroys women and makes men better. We love men who've gone through everything, have sexual relationships that have gone through a bunch of stuff because they have experience. They're not fucking boring and losers. But women, it's all trauma. Any woman that's gone through a lot, it's usually going to hurt your kids. It goes out through your children. And we really care about that shit.
I will say this. I am probably going to start looking into dating like
At
here.
some point.
Like I gave myself like once I hit a year of being single, then I would go on the prowl again, because right now I'm just trying to figure out who I was, because in that relationship that I was just in, I was dating him my senior year of high school, and he moved from Hawaii to Texas to be with me. He bought a house. I lived with him, all this other stuff, but I didn't know exactly who I was, so I depended on him so much.
Did it start as a long distance?
No, it started as a friendship for long distance, and then he moved back here.
But no, it started off long distance.
Yeah,
Because she
I guess
like,
in
had
a way.
met him here.
I guess in a way, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's a
well,
goofy thing that everybody does today, but it doesn't work.
My
It
whole
just
thing is
doesn't
I
work.
don't like
Agreed.
long distance.
Yeah.
Oh, I
don't
know
think
you
it-
don't.
I don't
know
think it
it
would
completely
work.
goes against your biology. It's one of those things that feels good.
Yeah.
Y'all like attention. Y'all like to be able to text. You like to be able to talk to somebody, but then be able to go fuck this other guy. If you could have it in one person, you would do it. If you could have one guy that was sexy and beautiful and fucked you good and also texted you and called you and did all those sweet things, you would have fucking had it, but you couldn't find it back then. So you had the guy far away who was your fucking beta that you could talk to whenever you needed to. And like I would say most women do what you're talking about at your age, because everybody lives on the internet now. Everybody thinks that the internet is like where you're gonna find love, but I'm just telling you, it goes against your biology when you do shit like that.
Yeah.
It completely goes against your biology. I'm so against online dating. I'm talking, I could tell y'all are the type where even if y'all don't online date, y'all at least use it for attention. And I'm gonna tell you right now,
Yeah, no, you're right.
it's the most unhealthy fucking thing you could ever do to yourself. Seriously, take those fucking apps off your phone. I'm not lying. The validation and the amount of the amount of validation you get from that, it's there's no man in the world that's going to be able to compete with that.
Well,
and you got to understand, it's dopamine. Your brain gets used to this shit.
Yeah.
If y'all, it's just like Instagram or anything.
I will say this, like if I'm sitting there and I have an app, I usually have it for only a week and then I delete it and I don't get it again. I hate dating apps. I'd rather make a connection in person, because
I just want y'all don't even use it for a week, man.
I sit there and I just go.
Just
like,
don't do
I
it
just
again.
say no,
I'm telling you as a father figure, don't fucking do it again.
So-
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, just don't fucking do it.
So
Like,
one thing I want
I'm
to say,
saving you a lot of time. Trust me.
Yeah, one thing I
Word.
wanted to say earlier for the like why I'm waiting to date and everything like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love to be in a relationship. I love being a girlfriend. I make them a little crass. I treat them right.
I
I
bet
love
if
it.
he was the right
I
guy, you
love
would
it.
take
Oh, yeah.
him right now.
Oh,
I bet if the
love
right
it.
guy walked by and
Yeah.
treated y'all right, y'all would take him right.
Yeah,
fucking
Oh,
now.
yeah,
100%.
hell yeah. But also, realistically, most women don't mature until they're 23 plus. Most
Oh no,
men,
no! Completely
most-
not
or
true at all.
higher,
Completely
or
not.
higher. But most
No,
men
way
don't-
younger.
No.
Well,
Women
really, really depends.
Women
It
mature
really
a lot
depends.
younger than men do.
A
That's
lot.
why,
We're
that's
talking
what I'm
nearly
that's
half
why
the
women
age.
go for older men.
So,
Hi.
well, right, that's where I'm going with it. So for me, I was saying 23, but whatever fucking age you want to
Whatever
go
age
for a woman.
it is, yeah.
Men, 30. So
Yeah.
for me right now, it's 21. I don't want to be with a 30 plus year old. That's not my goal right now. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait a little bit till I'm a little bit older. meet an older man, then we'll have our good timeline to where, like, we can get married, have a little time to enjoy it, have our kids and stuff. But right now I'm 21. I gotta wait, like, at least 2 more years. And I'm hoping I would meet someone sooner so I can, like, truly enjoy the dating and then work our way up to
I know
marriage
if
and
y'all
everything.
could find the guy, you would take him right now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also I don't want to be with a grown-ass man whenever I'm 21. No offense. Like, and everyone do you on your age
you
gaps.
could find
but
guys that are in between 25 and 30 or around your age that would have it serious. But like I said, you reap what you
it's kind of
sow.
hard to find
Like
them.
if you're not like a really perfect person, like you understand if that guy is like really, really good man, why would he choose you when you go out all the time, or you like to have a bunch of guy friends, or you like y'all gotta like y'all really don't give a fuck about what men think? And guess what? I wouldn't give a fuck either. If I was a woman, bro, I wouldn't give a fuck about what I said, what any guy on this planet said, because I got 10,000 dorks in my DMs, loser. Fuck you. That's how. But I'm just letting y'all know, I would not give a fuck either. Like, I wouldn't care at all.
Yeah.
And so, like, whenever I tell y'all to start caring about these things, I know it's really hard to fucking care about it. I know it's really hard to be like, maybe I shouldn't have all these guy friends, you know, or maybe I should, because I wouldn't give a fuck either. I honestly wouldn't. I gotta ask y'all just really quick. Do y'all know what a femcel is? You know what an incel is because
I
you're on
heard
the internet.
you kind of talking about it recently on a podcast, actually, but I don't
You
fully.
You don't remember what it was?
Yeah, like,
But you know what incel is, right?
I think so. Oh,
You're on the
isn't
internet.
isn't it where they
completely
like
lost.
only? I think no, I remember this. I watched the video. It was something about like they only want to like have sex with themselves or something like that. It wasn't like asexual, but it was
Nah.
was that what you were talking? What video? Whenever you were only talking about like. Never mind, I don't remember. Go
I
at
can't
it.
remember.
I'm so confused.
Do you know what an incel is though? It's a guy who's an involuntary celibate, or even a woman could be an incel.
Yeah, that.
But involuntary
what I
celibate
more
means
meant.
that you can't get sex. But obviously, women aren't really incels because even an ugly girl can get sex. But
Yeah.
but what about you? Do you know what a femcel is?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm lost.
I'd assume the same thing for a woman.
Well, no,
but
because
different.
well, why would it be the same if y'all can get sex easily? See, it's hard for a man
Yeah,
to get
that's
sex
right.
because remember, 33% of men are virgins and never had sex this year. They're trying, they just can't get it because men and women are different.
Yeah.
Guys pursue, y'all don't.
Yeah.
So when we look at it like this, a femcel, it has to be an equivalent. And since y'all are the gatekeepers of sex, so a guy is an incel if he can't get sex because that means he can't get through the gatekeep. He can't get through the gate of any girl's vagina because he's a loser or he's not, you know. So any woman that is a femcel, they can't get through the gate of the relationship. They can't get a relationship if their life depended on it. Now, like, I'm not talking about with the loser. I'm talking about with a guy that they want. Like a girl who can get into a relationship with a guy and lock him in. She's a prize to me. And the thing is, I would actually argue that there's been some guys that y'all might have smashed or you really want a relationship with in your past or something like that. And maybe he had like the boxes checked, like he wasn't a bum, like you weren't doing the Build-A-Man thing, like he was actually good in certain categories. Like say y'all had that guy, but he still was just fucking you, or like he still wasn't like taking you serious or something. Y'all could have got him to take you seriously by doing certain things, like after, because the problem is a lot of women give up sex and then they do nothing afterwards. They're like, my pussy is gold. And that's all you get, baby. And you're gonna want to be in a relationship with me just because my pussy is gold. And it's like, no. The reason why I ended up with my girl was not only because of the good traits she had, but as soon as like we ended up hooking up or like having stuff going on that was going good, she wanted to come to my house and cook. She wanted to come and clean. Yeah. She wanted to do my laundry. She wanted to she wanted to do all these. She wanted to help me in my business. She wanted to help me with all these different things to prove to me that she was going to be a value in my life, more than just a pussy like the other girls. And so
fully agree.
Yeah, and so and that's just the biggest thing is I would just say is like if y'all get another opportunity and like you end up, because I'm not going to sit here and call y'all a whore or anything if you sleep with a guy, but say you end up sleeping with a guy early or something because y'all are vibing and shit. Don't get mad at yourself for doing that. Just be like, okay, now what can I do to provide more value? Because I really like this guy. He's really dope. He has all these traits I like. I think he might, give me a chance. Like he might be down for me. I know he's talking to these other girls, but he might choose me if I like prove myself to be better. And it's like, yeah, go prove yourself. Go be better than the other women. Just it's not that bad to sacrifice for a couple of weeks or a month to figure out if he's going to take you serious or not. Yeah. And then right there you can be like, all right, I tried. I did everything. Because the problem today is like the Bible talks about love is devotion, okay? Yeah. And how many people don't give that devotion to others anymore because they got hurt one time and they're now doing tit for tat with people. I don't do that shit. In my relationships, me and my girl are fully like, I'm doing as much as I can for you and she's doing as much as she can for me. Yeah. And there's no fucking I do this, you do that.
I give 100% in all of the relationships that I've been in.
I can proudly say same.
Yeah.
I also regret giving it to the ones that didn't deserve it.
Certain people I do regret giving it to it. But like other people, I'm like, I showed you how you should be treated in a relationship, even though you did not treat me right.
Yeah.
Well, like,
100%.
but that's why, like,
Again,
you-
it was a
you-
learning experience. We weren't meant for each other.
But it's a trauma. So like this is like the trauma thing where like it ends up hurting women because like say like you said you always do it no matter what, how many times you get hurt. That's great. And like as long as you keep that mentality, you'll be fine. But the women that like come on this panel or say like, yeah, I got hurt, no man, I'm never gonna do that for another guy. That's where the trauma steps in and destroys you. And you just gotta make sure not to let that trauma keep you from giving devotion to the next guy that deserves it.
Agree. That's like extremist level.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I will say I have far worse traumas that aren't relationship.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work on those traumas and get those, squared away so then they don't be brought into my relationship that I'm trying to build and work on. Because I think if I have to trauma dump on you and be like, help me fix them, you're the only person who can do that. It's not. Shitty. That's not. It's a shitty
It hurts
move.
our heart, and we know it's hurting theirs because we know our person doesn't want to hear about how hurt we are and stuff like that. And mainly whenever it's more fresh, like we actually had an incident on a literal same day, and we both talked about it. And we were both wanting to be in a relationship with these guys that we really, really cared about. And we were like, dude, this effed us up bad, and we can't just rely on them as some therapist and everything like that. So, like, we talked it out with each other. We did what we needed to do. We're recovering and everything like that, and we're, living large. But if I was dating someone right now, I would feel horrible. Like, what if I'm having a PTSD nightmare in bed and I freak him out and stuff like that? I don't want him to have to be worrying about that. I want him to be able to enjoy my time. Yes, if it does happen, I want him to be there for me. But if it's so fresh that it's a constant thing, that's just not anyone's burden, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, women need therapy today.
Oh yeah,
I don't do it, but I should.
I'm raw dogging life right now, bro.
We got some honest ladies. Let me go to those super chats really quick, bro.
I was like,
$5 from Bean Cheeks. Thank you so much, bro. I'm never going to claim to be a nice guy. What's up? Oh yeah,
we already did that.
$5 from Bean Cheeks again, ladies. What are your currently oppressed about in America? Don't cap. Are y'all currently oppressed? Where were you oppressed in society? You feel it anywhere?
This is gonna. Okay, right off the top of my head, where my brain was like, "This is the one thing I feel about," is I don't want to say our opinions because everyone's free to share their own opinion and whatnot, and it depends on like your race and the person and whatever there is to it. So not just like feminists specifically, but I do think that everyone has their values listened to differently, just like me compared to you, compared to like an African American woman, to like an Egyptian woman and stuff like that. So I do think that is a factor, but that's a factor in quite literally every difference in a human being.
You think like women just sometimes don't get hurt at all? Is what you're kind of saying?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people don't get hurt at all, or it's twisted a lot to where it makes it more like there's some men, not all men, but that's the thing. They don't do the whole not all men, not all women. It's like, oh, well, this one chick fucked me up, everyone's a whore. And it's just like, hey, yo, just because I was born with some fat bags on us doesn't make us a whore. Don't like categorize. Don't think we're some dumb bimbo that doesn't think about politics and have our own opinions and whatnot just because we were born with a certain type of body.
So like I go on the feminine I go on the feminism subreddits a lot, honestly, like Ask Feminists. Like I go to all of them. Like I'm very big on like feminist subreddits because I try to like keep up with all their debates and everything. Yeah. And I would say it's not like all y'all's opinion, like a lot of these feminist issues and stuff, they're not oppressed. Like they're all over the media, like they're all over the place. It's just right now, for once, they're finally getting pushed back against though. And I would say for the last 20, 30 years, nothing got pushed back.
I will say,
men are finally standing up and saying, fuck some of this shit.
Yeah, and agree.
But for most of the part, there was no oppression in that.
I will say I'm very fortunate. I am a white female. Everything has been pretty much handed to me. I don't really feel oppressed. Like I've never had that moment. I did in some situations, but that went away pretty quickly because of my race and because I am a woman.
See, I have
it gets swept under the rug.
Tell me when you were oppressed. Then.
I hate saying it because honestly, because my skin color, it makes it. People say basically you can't be racist towards white people and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, racism is just judging someone of their color. And I've gone to sand volleyball in Little Elm, and I've had colored people come and try to beat me up just because, like, their guy was talking to me and they call me some snow bunny whore and just, like, assuming the worst out of me. Or I've gone there's this app called Yubo.
Everybody's dealing with racism.
Well, yeah.
Yes,
but people...
It's everybody. But I'm just saying, like, there's this app called Yubo, and it was worldly, basically like Tinder, but for friends. And so whenever, as a teenager, that's just kind of a thing people have. And I use it to help my Twitch stream. I would go live or listen to people's lives and want to like meet new creators and stuff like that. And the second I go in, they go, white trash going off and how horrible I am, how I'm scum of the earth, how I'm racist. And I'm just like, you didn't even get to know me first, dude. You just assumed I'm a piece of shit because I'm pale. Like, that sucks.
Yeah,
But also
I
that
mean,
goes towards other
that's
people.
just when it comes to all the racism stuff,
yeah.
that's one of those things that like we like one of the big subjects on my show is interracial dating and all that type of stuff. So like I totally understand it, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't argue against like the racism stuff. Like I just like we always got to understand these things instead of be mad about it. Like that those people who said that stuff, they're just ignorant. Honestly, like they don't understand that like maybe you weren't as privileged as like certain people. Like there's like what's crazy is you can still be white and be white trash and like be born in a fucking trailer park. So it doesn't make a difference. Like I don't know. There's a lot of like what's the word that I like to use? There's a lot of I can't think of the G word.
Do the fingers.
But
we got it.
Yeah. Spirit fingers. Yeah, but no. I can't think of the words, but it's just ignorance, man. It's just a lot of people that are just ignorant. I wouldn't even say that like a lot of shit is racist or a lot of shit is this. It's like it's just ignorance. What was the next one? $5 from Mary G. Thank you, bro. If a man cheats, it was in the field of oopsie daisies. If a woman cheats, she's a whore.
That is definitely how it's viewed. Okay.
$2 from traditional Martox. Ladies, why should a good man pick you for marriage?
You want to take this one first?
Respect. Well, it's.
She watches anime, bro.
And oh my god, I will watch
anime
with you all fucking day. I'm on episode like 736 of One Piece right now, and there's 1,000 episodes.
Of course, she's watching.
I am committed. So why I think a good man? Well, for one thing, honestly, my answer depends on the person because it depends on what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for me, on why I think a guy would be lucky to have me is because for one thing, I'm really loyal. Show them off, like not in a oh my god, this is my guy, and like posting all over social media. If he wants me to post him, I don't give a fuck. I'll gladly do it. But it's more like if we're in public, I want to hold on to your arm. I want to treat you right. I want to like make you feel like
you're gonna make him look good.
Yeah, make him.
Like,
you're gonna like compliment him.
I'm gonna be a good girlfriend. Yeah, like I want to like cook dinner with him. I want to like dance together in the rain or whatever the fuck the romantic shit is. Like I want him to get the same experience as me. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, treat me like a princess, and you don't get any of the cool relationship shit. Like I genuinely just want to treat a man right. Like that's one big reason why I don't send nudes or anything like that. My body is for my future husband. Like I'm not just gonna go sell it on the internet. Which no offense to people that do that, but I'm not gonna go sell it around on the internet so everyone sees what my pussy looks like, and then my husband is like, oh, you're so special to me. And then I'm like, yeah, but I also like gave that dude $10 to see what you see every day.
Everybody's seen this roast beef.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing why that's like one big reason why I think a man should be happy to be with me is because I am ever since a young age I've been saving up for my future kids' school funding. Like I have a whole separate bank account since like 5th grade for my future kids and stuff like that. Mixed with like I just genuinely care, honestly.
Yeah.
That's really I don't know how else to word it, but
no, that's good.
That was good. Yeah. What do you think?
I'm incredibly very loyal
and patient.
And very patient. I'm so patient
with me.
Well, and like my whole thing is too, I like to be 50-50 in every relationship that I am in, and if they can't, like sometimes in a relationship one will lack and the other will be more and support more and whatever, and that happens. But like whenever it comes to like dates and stuff like that, like later down the line, if you're mad that your guy or your husband or your boyfriend, whoever, is not like doing as many dates as he was before, you take the initiative and you go and do that. And I would do that all the time. I would just set up like little home dates or like go take a walk in the park and like have a picnic or something like that. Like it's just something easy, cheap, and fun to do and a good memory to make. I'm all about making memories. I don't want to be sitting in the house all day, which I love doing, by the way, but I don't want to be confined. I want to go out and make memories so then I have something to pass, like to tell my kids, hey, when I was younger, when I was dating your dad, like we went out and we did this, like all this other stuff. I want to be there. I want to be present in the moment. I refuse, like I'll be on my phone, but I'm not like exclusively on my phone if I'm in a conversation with you. I'm very attentive, I guess is the right word I was trying to grab at. Yeah. But
you
like
give
I
your
will
man attention.
Yeah.
Like, you do what you need to do.
I'm very patient. I will sit there and I will listen to you all day, every day. I will try to support you no matter what. But
unless it's stupid, like for your health, obviously.
Okay,
and
well,
like,
I'm gonna push for your health all day, every day.
Yeah,
if you're refusing to go see the doctor, I will smack you.
I will but
drag you
I will
to
get
the
her,
doctor's office.
Because if there's two of us, maybe we can put him in a bag. I know I can't do it alone.
Oh, I got
we
you.
could probably take turns
I got
taking our
you.
husbands to
As
the
long as you
doctors.
just book the appointment, I think he'll go. We just like somebody to book the appointment. Usually.
I don't know. My dad, he had a heart attack when he was 45, and so he's been trying to like avoid going to the heart doctor even after like my grandma passed away this past year from a heart attack.
He's trying really hard.
He's trying to avoid it, and so me, my sister, and my mom, and like all that stuff, we booked appointments at his same doctor. So then he was forced to go and get a checkup.
That's what you have to do. No, women definitely have to make men go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Like women, or there's been studies to show that men live longer in relationships, and the only reason why is because the women make them go to the doctor. Go the next one, $5. Traditional modern talks. Thank you, bro. Ladies, do you understand the difference between a queen and princess? Which one do you consider yourself to be? And you can't be both. Choose one.
Oh, he got me with that both. Okay.
He knew you were gonna say it.
Well, okay. So for me, whenever I hear princess, I automatically assume pillow princess, passenger princess. So whenever it's like only going to you,
No, that's fair.
like it's just kind of like that saying. Like, don't get me wrong, call me princess, thank you, but I would rather be more on the queen aspect because we're both going to treat each other right. It's not like I'm your fucking kid. Like, we're here to be married and support each other, you know? So
I
we're
disagree. The woman is definitely the kid in the relationship.
Hey,
no, this is gonna sound this is gonna sound really fucked up, but I'm just gonna be 1,000% honest. Like I never say this online, but 1,000%. Like you have to treat your relationship as a guy like your girl is a kid.
I'm not gonna lie.
And I know that
same
sounds
for guys though. So
yeah. So like,
because
well, it's based off whose frame you're in. If my girl is coming into my frame of the relationship, like I would argue most relationships, y'all have the frame. So the guy's coming into your rules. Like if you want to go out dancing, if you want to go do anything, he's not going to argue with you. He's gonna be like, okay, babe. Like because most guys won't argue these points that I have, you know. Yeah. So like, but in my relationship where it's like in my frame, you know, it's just not the same. It's gonna be the complete opposite.
What do you think?
I don't consider myself a princess because a princess is everything is handed to you and you don't give anything back. You don't do anything. You're just like, thanks, grab it and go.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, like I try to help out as much as I can, emotionally, financially, however I can help you. I will try to, as long as you help me as well.
You want to be complimentary.
I want yes.
Because I'm not
and
your
that
mom,
is a queen.
You're
like
not my dad.
A queen will.
We married in this together.
Will sit there and be a ruler and help the subjects and all this other stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But a princess, they'll just be like la 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 la, lollipop, whatever.
Yeah, guys, they're like 50% traditional white women, which is like what most of y'all want, honestly. I think. Yeah, for like the most part, the only thing is like there's still like a whole little feminist side, but that's something that's like hard grained in everybody. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's okay. It's okay until it comes out in the relationship during an argument. And it's like, oh fuck, like we can't talk about this. But no, we're gonna get to the last part, guys. I had a
question for you. Hold on. I had it. It was so like I was like genuinely wanting to ask it.
I popped your bubble.
Shit, I had it until like I said I had it.
Your think bubble went away.
Wait, okay, well we're on. Oh yeah, okay. Your thing of treating where you say like kind of the girls like the kid and everything. Yeah. I do agree with your aspect because my brain is always, as you can see by that little horrendous
little tangent moment that you just went on.
It's always like da 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 da. It's going on. But whenever I'm with my person and he just like puts his hand on my leg whenever I'm like shaking or fidgeting or whatever, I'm so at peace and I can just go brainless with him. If I can go brainless with you and be a ditz and be comfortable, and you're like, hey babe, you want some water? It's like, yeah, that'd be so great. Like I love that shit. Like that's nice. That's refreshing. So on that part, like I 100%. It's hard for us to get a break.
Well, like think about like a shit test or an argument. Okay, it's just like when that stuff happens. Am I supposed to think about this for a second? If say like we're in a relationship and we get an argument right now over the dishes or something, is it best for me when you raise your voice and you come at me for me to raise my voice back and yell back at you? No, the best thing is for me to be like, it's okay, babe.
Yeah, no,
I'll take care of it in 5 minutes. Okay,
I refuse to raise my voice at all because of my toxic household that I had to grow up with my ex-stepdad.
Yeah.
He would constantly raise his voice. He would yell at me. He would threaten the twins. He would threaten me, my older sister, and my mom. And he would yell and curse and all this other stuff, and we could never get a word in.
Yeah, it's not stoicism. Like stoicism, like a guy should be the emotional waves, like a woman's emotional waves should be able to walk, go over the rock of his stoic self, you know, and like, and the best way that you do that is like when she's tripping, you're just like, what's wrong? Like,
honestly,
you talk to them like a child. Like it sounds fucked up, but when you talk to them, like I have a 3-year-old, and if I talk like I'm talking to my 3-year-old, I take care of the issue fine. And what's crazy is like like the similarities are insane. Like between taking care of a child and taking care of a
Because
girlfriend.
you know how
It's very
manic
similar.
children are.
Yes, and you
That's
have to
a
control
girl's
yourself with
brain.
the
It's
child as
Yeah.
well. Like if
yeah.
my child is freaking out and crying or going crazy, am I supposed to freak out and go crazy too? No.
Mm-mm.
You act calm and you say, okay, no, I'm going to solve this issue really quick.
Yeah.
And
Get
it's the
that shit.
it's the same with your girlfriend. Like like the way the hierarchy goes is pets, child, mother, the father. You know,
Yeah.
and like there's that, and
There's
then
just
God, and then
there's
God at the
there's
top.
the triangle.
Yeah, and it works perfectly every time.
Yep.
But yeah, for the last question, ladies, I just want to know, what did you think of the show? Did anything resonate with you? And would y'all please come back? Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I'm not gonna lie, I was worried I talked too much, so thank you. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. I like the fact that you're actually open-minded on the
Mhm.
perspectives on both. Like you say what you think, which I heavily respect. But so for whatever it is I believe in politically, you know what I mean. I've seen the
Feminist.
red pill one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those dudes are so like, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, and I'm like, dude, you're these girls are shut down. That's why they're not voicing their opinions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I definitely felt like we both were able to say everything. That's one reason why I was a little nervous coming on here, is because whenever I watch the
Fresh and Fit or any
all
others,
the
yeah.
main dudes, yeah, it's like I just see them roast it. Like this one guy, he was telling these girls to rate themselves 1 out of 10 and what their body count was, and whenever they were like, "What do you think your rate is?" He was just like, "Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to subject myself to that." And then he pulls out makeup wipes to have them redo their numbers, and I'm just like, dude, you piece of shit. Like, I'm just like, also, what do you like more, like blondes or brunettes? You have a preference?
No.
Okay, let's say, fat or skinny, or fit, or
I mean,
bigger. You have a preference,
skinny,
okay?
yeah.
What if I love the shit out of fat woman? I think that's a 10. I'm like, ooh, curves. But you're like, nah, I like a more fit person.
Yeah.
We would both rate the girl differently. So I think that entire concept is just stupid. So anytime I hear the podcast go to the point of bodies, this, that, and I'm just like, okay, this is so subsurface level. But you actually ask like the important questions
Deep
and the good questions, and let us actually like express ourselves as women without being like, oh, you have tits, you're a whore, shut the fuck up. Like, you know, that's not fair. I don't know what.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm definitely trying to not be like every other channel and like do that type of shit.
Yeah.
So like, thank
Most
you for like
definitely.
pointing out and showing that we are different, because I really like the whole point of my show is this is a pod class. I want people to come and like, I'm not sitting here talking out of my ass. Like, don't shoot the messenger sometimes, because all this is just from books by Dr. David Buss, Marty Hazelton, Hector Garcia. Like, there's just certain people, Stephen Speaks. There's certain people that I've read their books, I've looked at all their stuff, and I take everything that I say from them. So it's like every time people disagree with me or they don't like what I say, it's like, I can understand it, but go read these books.
Yeah.
Like these people are way smarter than me. They probably explain it way better than I do too. I didn't go to college. I'm not some fucking crazy educated person. Yeah. So like, I definitely just want people to always ask for my book list. Always, check out, like, especially the girls that come on the panel. Like, if you disagree or you don't like certain things, just look into it, because like the whole point of the show is to help y'all get into relationships. Like, I have a theory that that I'm going to save more lives than anybody, and I'm going to create more lives than anybody by convincing women to want to get married and have children, because there's so many that are going to end up 45 and single and depressed and not having anything, and I don't want that to happen. So that's the whole reason why we do this. Y'all are both young, so y'all get to fucking have plenty of time to do something like this. But yeah, no, thank you so much for like showing that I'm different, though. I really appreciate it. And would you come back?
Yeah. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. I'm a little scared of being canceled one day, but like, fuck it.
I don't think you could get canceled, really.
No, it's not the same anymore. People aren't canceling anymore. They learn that shit don't work.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you get canceled, you can come back. But anywho, I really enjoyed this podcast. I took a lot from it. I got to see, the man side of everything, because women is narrow-minded, and so are some men. Like, it takes a long time. You have to sit there and fully listen and understand, and you express viewpoints that I didn't even really think about at the beginning, because you would ask a question and then you would go on and be like, this is why it's like this, whatever, and I would be like, oh, okay, maybe I changed my viewpoint on that, because the way things that you worded is very good, but you also have an understanding for like what we are saying. So you're not you're not dismissing us at all. You're sitting there, you're understanding, and then you're being like, okay, you can believe that, but here's what I think. And all that stuff.
Like, give and take on both.
Yeah.
ends.
No,
I'm not sure if you.
There's no teaching and just telling somebody it's this and that's it.
You have to sit there. You have to listen, and you have to.
There's push and pull in this. Yeah.
It's like the tides with the moon. Like,
also like the thing is, I know that a lot of stuff that I say, like, sometimes it might not resonate right now, but say
It
you
will
go
later
home
on.
tonight, like or
Mhm.
like or a guy does something, you're like, oh, like the reason why they call us the red pill space online is because like you take the red pill in the Matrix and you're open to reality and you see the truth, and the truth of the world is all horrible. So all these things I told y'all, it's just some facts that are the truths about the world.
Oh yeah.
And y'all could do with it what you want. You can use some of those tools, or you can leave some of them in the tool belt. You don't have to use all the tools on the tool belt. It's just a tool belt. It's praxeology.
Yeah.
But it's also crazy though, because like feminism, if you really look at feminism and you really look at red pill, they're actually the polar opposites of each other. And like the guys that are in red pill that are saying all the really horrible stuff, the actual misogynists, it's because they've gone through trauma, whether their mother, girlfriends, but maybe still virgins and they still can't get a girl if their life depended on it. So they end up that way. But why does a feminist become a super hyper feminist? Think about it. Sometimes maybe they didn't have a father, or they had a father that beat them, or they got raped, or they had horrible relationship after horrible relationship. So those two people, the reason why men are so against the women are so against men, and I'm purple pill, I'm right here in the middle, I'm trying to bring us together. Like, but you got to understand, like, why are they that way? Trauma. That's it.
No,
and we stop listening to these people that are speaking from their trauma and start listening to people that have healed their traumas. That's how we fix everything. A lot of, like, one of the biggest things I also teach on this channel is like attachment or like different attachment styles, because everybody's attachment style is why we're fucked up. We didn't even really get to get into it on the show, but hopefully next time y'all come we can talk about attachment styles, because that's why you end up with certain men, and that's why it's so hard to get in relationships. It's your attachment style.
Like love bombing at the beginning of a relationship is because.
And breadcrumbing right after.
That's so funny, because that's what
I'm just saying, like,
I forgot about. So nice.
It's like she's been love bombed. I've been love bombed. I don't know if you have, but it's like it's more common for women to get love bombed because the pursuer and the pursuee, like obviously all that. But it's. Oh my god, I want to get into it more deeper, but I'd rather do that on a separate podcast.
No, I'm gonna have y'all back. Wait. So, are you gonna come back? You said
yes? I would definitely love to.
I can't wait to have y'all back, man. No, and
I would enjoy that so much.
Oh yeah, it'll be a full panel. Hopefully.
Can I ask if you not learned, but unless you did, but or if anything we said kind of caught you off guard, where you're like, oh shit,
so
got a brain.
So like, here's the thing. I would say like 50% of the women come on here and kind of regurgitate the same things, but that's because we live in an environment and a society where like we all learn the same things. So like obviously a lot of the questions are the same. Y'all were definitely different because y'all are white, and y'all are
different ways of growing up.
Y'all were raised very conservative. Y'all are very young too. Y'all definitely came with some different perspectives today compared to most of the women. I would say that y'all have a leg up in certain things, but it's only because of age though. Age is where, like, honestly everything comes down to age. Like, and it sounds really fucked up. Because most women are like, I'm not ready to get fucking married at 20, 25 or anything. So it's like,
I'd be ready tomorrow if the perfect man came.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, like,
and
y'all,
once I'm financially stable,
if the right guy comes, y'all would take it.
I do. My baby's gotta live and have food.
Well, no, I know I could provide, but
Eric G, Christ is King. You're so right, bro. Christ is King, guys. Shout out to fucking Zerka, guys. I'm trying to get him on the show. He's just not responding to me right now. If y'all are friends with Zerka or y'all are in his Discord, please get Zerka, guys. Everybody go DM him. Go to what King said. Oh, snap, Sergio calling out Myron. Click that really quick. Shout out to Myron, bro. Myron, why are you still scared of me, buddy? Somebody please send this to him. I've been trying to get Myron to debate me, guys, for a while now. He is extremely scared. Him and everybody else in Red Pill knows that I'm going to take them all down if they even sit across the table from me. I know that Rolo and Michael are even fucking scared, and it might even make for my trip tomorrow in Vegas kind of weird because I know that they're scared of the shit that I want to talk about. So yeah, we'll see how tomorrow goes, guys, in Vegas. But please come support me on that. I'm gonna be linking that so everybody can come support that debate. I really, I don't know, but it's crazy you bring up Red Pill stuff. So Rolo Tomasi wrote the Red Pill Bible, which is the rational male. He's the guy with the ponytail. He's an old Bible. It's called the Red Pill Bible because the books that he wrote were the ones that he was definitely saved the most men. He's definitely the guy. He's definitely the guy that like whenever you become red pilled, you read the Rational Male, and when you read that book, it tells you why did that girl break up with you? Why did she cheat? Why did these things happen? That's the book that just explains all the issues. He's written 5 books, and but yeah, I get to debate him tomorrow. I'm extremely excited about it.
I will definitely watch that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be for the books because a lot of people a lot of people disagree with me in this space. I'm very small compared to everybody else, and it's because ladies, like one of the biggest things I teach is for women to keep their legs closed because I have this belief that if women keep their legs closed, it makes the men better. Oh yeah. Because like Tyrone and Chad and them, if they can't get sex anymore and on their mom's couch, they have to step up. So like,
Mhm.
so I have this belief that I can make men better and women better at the same time by just teaching the women one thing.
No,
Honestly,
100%.
fully agree.
And because of that, but what does that do though? If there's a bunch of red pill guys, a bunch of incels that can't get sex already, and I'm telling women to keep their legs even more closed,
They're not
what's
gonna
that do
like
to
it.
them?
Yeah, they're not
It's gonna
gonna
make it
like
even harder for them to get sex.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not-
So that's why you want to know why I'm fucking hated by the whole community. It's because I'm actually doing more to change the world than any of the other people. And on top of that, I'm making it harder for the small viewer-based losers, those small piece of people that
Little
are fucking
ants.
losers, to hate me even more. And guys, the people who sit online and watch these live shows and have the time to do this type of shit, 9 times out of 10 are people who don't have families, don't have relationships, don't have anything going for them in
Yeah.
their life, and that's how they can watch these things. That's why they have 20, 30,000 people watching some of their live streams, guys.
Yeah.
You think that the people who are trying to get in relationships or that are relationship people are watching my shit? Bro, they're out there living
They
life.
should.
Mm.
Right, well, they should, but they're
Well,
living
if
life.
they're if they're single and they want to like learn
Yeah.
more, educate yourself.
Yeah.
But
Because
if you're in a
I'm
relationship,
not gonna
then-
lie, I do agree with some of the things on like the red side or like Andrew Tate, all those dudes.
Mm.
I
yeah,
do
you like
agree,
masculinity.
but
You don't hate masculinity.
Yeah, like dude, be a guy, but there's a certain line and they go so far with it, and I'm like, you just sound like an egotistical asshat now, dude. Like this isn't even you're trying to be there for the girl thing. It's just you're trying to make yourself on such a high up pedestal that like I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
It's just
I
like, it's just like,
understand you
it's
because I
too-
know you, but
Yeah, it's basically they take it to where it's a little too much, where it's like, okay, you're just an asshole.
Well,
I
next
don't care what
next
you got.
time I bring you back, actually, I'm gonna bring you back when I have one of my biggest red pill guys on, so then y'all can like go back to bed. Because I have tons of friends that
Fun.
I actually consider myself more red pill than most people. My relationship is
Yeah.
extremely red pill and
Yeah,
based
it
off
sounds like
masculinity
it.
stuff. So like I'm very like purple pill is actually being red pill, but in a relationship. That's why I got
Yeah.
that name from, because there's a guy in the space who calls it being purple pill. And
Mhm.
so like that's why I even do this. But yeah, I would love for you to come back and argue some of their points. That'd be fun. But chat, man, y'all fucking were lit tonight. Thank y'all so much for fucking coming. We had a good people show up. I really appreciate y'all. Please come and show up tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna post the link as early as I can on the Instagram, so y'all can go show support in Vegas for me. Wish me luck on my flight tonight. Me and Mike fly out, or not tonight, but tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. But yeah, we will see y'all later. Donnie, thank you so fucking much for being back. I will see y'all on Friday. Ladies, thank y'all so much, though. We will
Thank
see
you.
y'all next time.
Having us.
Peace out, chat.
Peace out.
Peace.
What? Who you motherfucker?